we got here? So, I was thinking. This is a YouTube channel. Let's see. All right, big day. God, all right, big day. Oh, it's so loud.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44. This finance app solves your business headaches, tracking...
What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's having a great day, but I hope you got some time on your hands because I got a lot of stuff to get to. There is a lot of stuff happening. So let's start with this. Mitch McConnell is 83 years old, and he is actually senile. Like, he's gone. If you look in his eyes, there is nothing behind his eyes. Well, now there's video of him walking through the hallway in the Senate and just falling. There were no stairs involved. There was nothing in his way. He just starts walking, and then he falls. And somebody at the time was asking him a question about ICE. And again, he looks at them, and it is just blank city, y'all. There is nothing there at all. So that's good. So we officially have the next Dianne Feinstein. For those of you who don't remember, Dianne Feinstein literally had dementia at the end of her career. She couldn't even recognize colleagues who she worked with for decades. Well, now this is the new version. It's Mitch McConnell. And he was so far gone that he was forced to step down from party leadership. But he's still somehow allowed to remain in the Senate. Like, he's at the point where he can't live alone. He can't handle his own finances. But somehow, he can help handle the finances for the entire country. So that's great. Very healthy stuff here. The gerontocracy is definitely not a sign of a collapsing empire. Not at all. All right, let me give you this, too. So we have, this is crazy. So as you all know, Trump is basically waging war on blue cities and blue states. And that's why he's taking red state National Guardsmen and telling them to invade blue cities. It's basically a soft civil war that he's waging. Well, here's another example of exactly that happening. So Trump routinely violates this thing called the Impoundment Control Act, which basically means that if Congress decides to allocate money and you sign the bill, you can't, after the fact, as president, say, I'm not sending the money. That's not allowed. That's illegal. Well, Trump does it anyway. Well, listen to this. So far, Trump has frozen funds, $27.24 billion worth of funds for Democratic districts. He's only frozen less than $1 billion for Republican districts. So $27 billion frozen for Democratic districts, less than $1 billion frozen for Republican districts. What does that tell you? It tells you he's waging war on the blue cities and the blue states. That's what he's doing. Now, by the way, I think this is completely and utterly illegal, and I think that I hope there's some lawyers out there who are keeping track of his hundreds or thousands of crimes, because there might come a time where he needs to be brought to justice for these things. And if we just let it slide, I feel like that's societal suicide. That's basically like saying we don't have a country anymore. All right, so Trump also did a press conference the other day in the White House, and he said, quote, "The price of things are down. They're down." He basically declared that inflation is over. Well, here's a headline from The Guardian. 75% of Americans, sorry, Stinky's playing with their toy. 75% of Americans report soaring prices as Trump claims inflation over. So he says inflation's over, and 75% of Americans say prices are soaring. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Which, by the way, we don't even need to ask how people feel about this, because we have empirical data. We have numbers on it. And the fact of the matter is, the price of ground beef is up 40%. The price of coffee is up 40%. Most groceries at the store, it's up double digits, over 10%. People are drowning in the high prices. And by the way, this is one of the main reasons he was elected, was to reduce the prices, and now he's not. So if we have free and fair elections, and, you know, emphasis on if, then this will be like prime FDR numbers for Democrats in 2026 and 2028. Because even without them making good arguments and without them like really going at MAGA, it's still the case that MAGA is destroying the country so thoroughly that people will default to the Democratic Party. That's how much they've ruined everything. But I am just getting started when it comes to the economic stuff. So get this, man. Gold rose over $100 just yesterday alone. It's now trading above $4,315. Silver is also up massively. Gold is up 64% this year. Silver's up 87% this year. And even many mining stocks for gold have tripled or more. And the reason that's the case, and this is pointed out by the libertarian economist Peter Schiff, who predicted the 2008 crash, he says there's an imminent dollar and financial crisis that's about to happen, and that's why gold is skyrocketing, silver skyrocketing, precious metals are skyrocketing, because now those are the flight to safety. It's no longer the dollar as the flight to safety. By the way, more on gold. Listen to this. Gold officially becomes the first asset in history to hit 30 trillion in market cap. 30 trillion. So it's an outright gold rush happening right now. That's absolutely insane. Individual bankruptcy filings have increased 15% in the first 9 months of 2025. That is not a good sign by any stretch of the imagination. People are really, really struggling out there. The U.S. housing market has reached its most unaffordable level in history. It's now eclipsed 2008, the subprime mortgage crisis, and the Great Recession. Ready for this? It gets darker. Now we're on the brink of a regional banking crisis. So as I speak to you now, over the past 2 or 3 days, a lot of these regional banks are down about 10%. You have maybe even as high as 20% in some cases over the past 2 or 3 days. Western Alliance, First Horizon National, M&T Bank, Huntington Bank Shares, Citizens Financial Group, Zions. I mean, just yesterday alone, you had some of these drop in 5%, 6%. And so if we have another regional banking crisis and those go under, that's a systemic risk because then it impacts the big banks, it impacts the whole economy. And I've said nothing yet about the massive AI bubble that we're in. We're in this massive AI bubble that's 17 times larger than the internet bubble. And so basically the economy is failing in multiple different sectors, right? And meanwhile, you know, Trump and...
こんばんは、ペコの時間です。
今日でございますけどもね、すごい珍しいマーケティングだけで、そうマーケティングの新潮流ね。俺たちもマーケティングの新潮流としては文春流とかあんのかなとか思いながら、新潮流ってことですよね。マーケティングの新潮流ってことですね。新しい潮流はどこで生まれるのかという、なんかマーケティングっていう前提がちょっと僕意外といっぱいみんな概念があるんで、後からちょっとマーケティングとはっていうのも少し教えてください。今更こんなバカな質問は僕バカなんで僕ぐらいしかできないと思うんで、なんかそれも踏まえてさあ今からどういう風に変わっていくのか、
AI も入ってきてますからね。
AI が入ってきてるし、もうマーケティングとかコンサルとかも含めてですけど、それって古くねみたいな変な風潮もあるじゃないですか。そんなのって今もうけどポンポンでしょ、 AI でさっさでしょみたいな、なんか人間っているのみたいな、そのど真ん中の人間がもうここに
来ていただいて、
IQ302 の、平均302ですから。
平均なんだ。
はい、平均です、もうお話を今日は聞けるかなと思いますけども、
ということで本日取り上げるテーマは、マーケティングの新潮流はどこで生まれるのかです。電通ジャパンの提供でお送りしていきます。
電通ジャパンさんのまた提供っていうのもこれはいいですよね。新しいですよ、これ新しいですよね。
ありがとうございます。
本当に。
で今日はですね、ニュースピックスで事前に募集した質問を取り上げていきます。それでは早速始めていきましょう。本日押さえておくべきポイントを紹介するこちらのコーナーです。2025年に広告マーケティング予算をですね増やす予定の企業は 32.3%、 一方で 59.8% は横ばいを見込んでおり、全体としては慎重な姿勢が伺えます。注力施策では、昨年に続きですね、オンドメディア、そして生成 AI の活用が注目されます。また今回顧客ロイヤリティ向上、そしてインフルエンサー SNS マーケティングの強化が入るなど、既存顧客とのつながりや第三者からの推奨を重視する傾向が見えました。こうしたマーケティングの変化を俯瞰する場として注目されるのがアドテック東京です。2025年のトレンドが集まるアジア最大級の国際カンファレンスとして、今年は特に生成 AI やデータ活用などのテーマがメインの議題となっています。マーケティング業界で今何が起きているのか、次に注目すべき要素はどこにあるのか、最前線のゲストとともに議論していきます。
さっきのね、このアドテック東京っていうのは言ってみれば、ね、このマーケティング界のサマソニみたいなもんで、そこでドーンというふうにこう盛り上がっていこうっていうね、この中のことも詳しく聞きたいし、何よりも今日はこのマーケティングっていうものをちゃんと腑にちょっとこう五臓六腑の腑にこう落とし込みたいなと、浮ついて喋ってますね普段ちょっとストーンと落とし込みたいなっていうのが僕の今日の目標でございます。
それではこのテーマを議論するのにふさわしい論客の皆さんご紹介しましょう。どうぞ。
今日社交会みたいですよね。
社交会？
なんかパワーがありますよね。それぞれなんかいろんな、もちろん古田さん、ちょっと結婚してからじゃないですよね。今日ね。もうすごい。でも皆さん本当になんかこうパワーがあって、社交会いろんななんかすごい僕そういう意味で今日ね、なんかいろんな肝がつかめる感じがしまして、メンズも僕最高だと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。まずはですね、アドテック東京事務局代表の古市優子さんです。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
2回目。 2回目。
2回目です。
でこのアートテック東京もオーガナイザーっていう、どれぐらい時間かけてこういうイベントって持っていくもんなんですか。
1年ですね。
やっぱり1年かかっちゃうんですか。
はい、1年かかる1年かけてます。
僕も今いろいろイベントとかやってますから分かるんですけど、とはいいながらこれってマーケティングの絞る時にですね、何が一番大変なの。なんか有名とかっていうものじゃないじゃないですか、別にこれって、何がすごい大変だった苦労したっていうこのイベントの
作り方ですか。
はい。
ですと、あえてこうなんかテーマこれって言っちゃうとイベントがそれになっちゃうので、
なるほど。
いかにこの業界で今話題にされてるべきものをこう民主的に全部吸い上げてトピックで取り上げるかは結構注意してますね。
いや、本当フェスのメンツ集めると一緒で、
そうです
相当な知識と経験がないと、こういうの集める前に偏っちゃいますし、
そうすると参加者さんは一緒じゃんみたいになるじゃないですか。
いろんなこういうのがある中でもっていうことで、それをもう仕切ってやってるという、後ほど後半ではね詳しくまたこのイベントのこと聞きますので、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
はい。
はい、続いてパナソニックコネクト株式会社取締役執行役員シニアバイスプレジデント CMO の山口紀子さんです。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
やっぱりこのパナソニックの中でもこのマーケティングもちろんあるんでしょうけども、このコレクトっていうのはまたどういうところに
パナ
なってる
ソニック大きな会社なんですけど、パナソニックの中でもですね、企業向けのソリューションを担当している部門で、ここだけで従業員3万人、ね、世界の方が大きいっていうそういう会社なんです。
3万人の中で一番偉いんですね。
一番偉くない一応ね、それ社長です。
そうですか。CMO って何を？
チーフマーケティングオフィサー。
マーケティング。
そうなんです。なのでグローバルのマーケティング組織を全部見ているっていうところの
ちょっとなんだろう、マーケティングに入るきっかけ、マーケティングが自分携わるきっかけって、外的要因なのか、自分でマーケティングしたいって思って行ったのか。
日本企業で昔20代に働いていた時はマーケティングという組織じゃなかったんですね。なかったので、だけれども広報をやったりイベントやったりってしてたんですけど、その後に外資系の企業に移ったんですよ。そうするとその業務はもうマーケティングっていう定義がされていて、でその後ずっと外資系でキャリアを積んでるので、もうマーケティングもう30年ぐらいやって、でパナソニックに8年前ぐらいに入って CMO として入ったって感じですね。
やっぱ海外の方ではマーケティングでは先んじてこうバーッと広がってて、
組織と定義が明確にされてるっていうところなんですけど、先ほどおっしゃってましたけど、日本の企業の中でマーケティングの定義ってなかなかに曖昧
なんですか。まずマーケティングって何だと思います？
マーケティングってもういくつものディフィニッションがあるんですよ。定義がバラバラなんです。バラバラですね。アメリカのもう定義で言うと、そもそもその先ほどおっしゃったように物を作って製品を作って商品を作ってそれを消費者に届けるその一連のプロセス全部をマーケティングっていうふうに言ってたりするんですけど、競技のマーケティング。
And MAGA, the leading regime, is steering us off a cliff because every economic decision they make further exacerbates the problems. So, and I don't trust them even when the shit hits the fan and when it goes belly up. I don't even trust Trump to acknowledge it's happening, or even if he acknowledges it, he's going to surround himself with all these people who will make decisions that will make it worse for regular people. Yet again, they might do socialism for the rich, bail out the wealthy, and it's not going to trickle down and everybody else is going to be screwed. We are truly in a horrendous situation right now, and I don't think people really understand it yet. I really don't think they get it. All right, well, guess what, guys? We have yet another example of Republicans being Nazis. There's another Republican Nazi scandal that's happening right now. So as you all know, we had a Politico article that came out the other day, and in the Politico article, they said stuff like, I love Hitler, and put our enemies in the gas chambers, and grape is epic, and they called black people watermelon people. Like, I think the same day, or maybe the day after that Politico article came out, we have another Republicans are Nazi scandal. So there was a Zoom call that was happening with a Republican congressman's office, and one of his staffers was on the Zoom call. And in the background, in the office, on the wall, is an American flag with a giant swastika in the middle of it. Wow. Hang it up in a congressional office. So the name of the staffer is Angelo Elia, and the Republican congressman is Dave Taylor of Ohio. And just casually, Nazi flag in the office, no big deal. It is what it is, it's fine. This is where we're at. I need everybody to understand that. This is where we're at. The Groyperification of the Republican Party is complete. The Trumpification of the Republican Party is complete. They wear their hatred on their sleeve. You know, we always point out, they scapegoat, you know, immigrants and trans people as like, these people cause the problems in the country. But it turns out, yes, they're scapegoating them, but it looks like they firmly and sincerely believe that no, these people are causing the problem. They don't think it's the gangsters, or excuse me, the fascists. I guess they are gangsters too. They don't think it's the fascists. They don't think it's the fucking billionaires and the corporations. They don't think it's the corruption. They actually blame like trans people and immigrants for where we're at. And so this is where we are. Another day. We've gone 0 days without a Republicans being Nazis scandal. And then, by the way, they'll gaslight us about it. They'll turn around and say, oh, we were just joking. How dare you? Really? Are we still doing this? Are we still fucking doing this? No, we all know the true feelings come out in the group chat. We all know that. So you don't have to, like, if there's one thing that is next level annoying to me about Republicans, it's this aspect of them. The weaseliness of them. That they won't just say it. I find so much more honesty and just an upfront, brutal nature to what lefties and liberals say. We will just tell you what we think. If a Republican gets caught speeding, it will be, we were joking, I don't even know what you're saying, bro. But meanwhile, behind closed doors, they're like, ha ha ha, we mean it. Yeah, we know you mean it. We know you mean it. No matter what the fuck you say to our face when you're trying to weasel out of accountability. Now, you'll never guess who's defending these assholes. It is Vice President J.D. Vance. So, this is what he said about the I Love Hitler group chat. Quote, grow up, focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats. The reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. That's what kids do. Now, as somebody tweeted at him, they were only 35, you sick fuck. Let's not forget, this young Republicans group chat was people 40 and younger. Most of them were 27, 28, 35. And here he is, oh, these kids are telling edgy jokes. These are grown men who are working for political parties. What are you talking about? Oh my God, insane. Now, by the way, somebody asked J.D. Vance, oh, this is your take now on edgy jokes. Remind me what your take was a few weeks ago when Charlie Kirk got killed. What was your take then on edgy jokes? Oh, that's right. You said, quote, when you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out, and hell, call their employer. So, in other words, fire them, cancel them, deplatform them if they make a joke about Charlie Kirk being killed, or if they quote Charlie Kirk, his own words after he was killed, ruin their life. But if somebody says, I love Hitler, which is not a joke because they actually fucking mean it, oh, it's whatever, bro. It's no big deal. Which leads me to Jennifer Welch, the I've Had It podcast queen, said the following. She was on MSNBC on Chris Hayes' show All In, and she said, J.D. Vance is married to a woman of Indian descent. He has mixed-race children. So to all of the MAGA voters out there, if this man will not defend his wife and will not defend his kids, do you think he gives a crap about you? Now, that is spitting hot fire. That is 100% accurate. And because it's so accurate, the right is melting down. So Senator Mike Lee said this. This statement about J.D. Vance's mixed-race children showcases the left's unhealthy obsession with race. So the people saying, I love Hitler, they're not the ones, the people trying to overturn the Voting Rights Act, they're not the ones who are obsessed with race. It's lefties and liberals who are obsessed with race. He says, it's repulsive. Leave the vice president's kids alone. MSNBC should apologize. Wrong, Mike Lee. You should suck my nuts from the back. That's what you should do. Because she is 100% right. Now, by the way, what are these right-wingers missing? What they're missing is, hey, idiots, the exact thing that Jennifer Welch is saying happened. It's not theoretical. Like, it was, what was it, 6 months ago or something? There was another right-wing group chat, I think it was, that leaked. And they were saying, like, smears and vile, disgusting things and slurs against Indians. And J.D. Vance was asked about that. He commented on it. And he refused to defend his wife and his kids. He did the same tap dance of like, oh, edgy jokes, bro. It's whatever, bro. Like, get over it, bro. So that's why she's saying it. Because it literally happened. He refused to defend his kids and his wife. And so, again, it struck a nerve, which is why they're so sensitive about it. And which is why they're melting down. So I love it because Jennifer Welch has a way of getting under their skin. And the more out there she is, the more better it is. Because she triggers them into, manic collapses. And I love to see it. All right, we also have the Trump administration is doubling its Argentina bailout to $40 billion now. $40 billion. So if you're one of the hundreds of thousands of homeless people in America, shut the fuck up and kick rocks. If you're one of the tens of millions of uninsured people, shut the fuck up and kick rocks. If you're one of the soybean farmers who just lost access to the Chinese market because of Trump's tariffs, and now China is buying those soybeans from Argentina now. If you're an American soybean farmer, you can shut the fuck up and kick rocks. So Trump is going to take your tax money and bail out Argentina, as Argentina also stole your contracts. So you are getting doubly fucked by Trump, soybean farmers. I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're paying attention to this. So yeah. 40 billion to Argentina. Again, America first, my ass cheeks. This is America last, and everybody knows it. You can't even make a stretch of an argument that this is America first. You're giving fucking $40 billion to an anarcho-capitalist, libertarian, schizophrenic, ketamine addict who's running around stage with a chainsaw with Elon Musk and collapsing his economy, but somehow he deserves a bailout. Meanwhile, poverty is massively high there. Unemployment is high. He cut government to the bone. People were fucking dumpster diving for food because of his right-wing garbage policies. And now he gets a bailout? Fuck out of here. Jesus Christ, I hate these people. All right. We also have, this is crazy, so we have our first official attempt to go after Antifa-related terrorism. So Pam Bondi came out and announced that they're going to bring charges for the Texas ICE attack, terrorism-related charges. And this is all happening under the NSPM 7 thing that Ken Klippenstein reported on. Basically what that means is there's this total government mindset change where now the federal government is constantly on the lookout for anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, extremism on migration, race, and gender. Basically, anybody left of center is either a potential terrorist or terrorist adjacent. And so they're going to try to investigate all, Indivisible and Move On and Act Blue and all these different democratic organizations, just standard liberal organizations. Alex Soros, George Soros' son, he's the standard liberal donor, big money donor. They're going to investigate him and all of his outlets. And they're going to try to bring charges relative to you're funding Antifa terrorism. Now, it's all bullshit and nothing will come of it. But the point is to chill speech. The point is to chill dissent and opposition and ruin 2 or 3 years of the lives of these people, to make them go to court, make them pay massive fees, etc. Like, that's what's happening here. And so to charge, this is probably the first of many. They're going to try to charge a whole bunch of bullshit Antifa cases, even though Antifa is not an official organization. There is no hierarchy. There is no command chain. There is no boss of Antifa, CEO of Antifa, or whatever the fuck. It's this loose amalgamation of people who are against fascists, who will counter-protest the Proud Boys or white nationalists or whatever the fuck. But notice what it says. If you are trying to ban being anti-fascist, by logical deduction, what does that say? What side are you on? If the anti-fascists are bad, that means blank is good. Not that hard to figure out, is it? So here we go. We're off to the races with that shit. All right, more. Let's talk a little bit about ICE. So 175,000 Americans allegedly have applied for jobs at ICE. 175,000. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. That 175,000 very likely are the dregs of society.
If you want to look strong, go to the gym. But if you want to be strong,
they are the dregs of society. They are the alcoholics and the abusers and the fucking Proud Boy members and the KKK members and, old fat white dudes from Tennessee with a beer gut. Like, that's who these fucking people are. So what I want to say to you guys is, I really hope that we have some good people who are signing up for jobs at ICE, because we need somebody there to be the last line of defense. We need somebody there to temper the insanity. We need people there to counter their unprofessionalism with professionalism. And that's what we're seeing now, by the way. We're seeing there's now a big beef between cops and ICE, and it's understandable that that's the case. They're encroaching on the territory of the cops, and they're wildly unprofessional, and they're committing crimes, and they're causing problems, which makes the life of cops way harder. So these 175,000 Americans, they're basically signing up to be the Gestapo. Make no mistake about it. They are signing up to ruin the lives of black people and brown people and liberals and lefties and people using their First Amendment free speech rights. That's what they're doing. So I hope, again, some of you out there will sign up as a good person and basically be a double agent, if you will, and basically try to keep a lid on the worst elements of it. And I came to this position because that's what one of the soldiers said. Remember that video I played for you guys from Status Coup of a black veteran? And he basically convinced me that we need a bunch of good people in the military and the National Guard, so that when you're ordered to do something illegal or unconstitutional, you say no. Basically, you reject the order. But we can't do that if it's only the bad guys in these agencies. So we need a little bit of that going on, man. In fact, we need a lot of bit of that going on. So 175,000. Stop and think about that. That is a domestic ICE Gestapo, the ICE Stapo force, is what they've just created. All right. Now, speaking of cops versus ICE. ICE arrested a police officer in a Chicago suburb and accused him of being in the U.S. illegally. Now, here's the biggest problem that they're going to run into, though. This police officer is white as the driven snow, bro. He is white as fuck. He looks like fucking G.I. Joe in his picture. I'm not even kidding. They say he's from like Montenegro and he overstayed his visa or some shit. But he's 100% a productive member of society. He's a police officer. He's held this job for a long time. He's loved by other officers. And so now, I actually low-key love this story. Because like I said, with the way things are unfolding now, liberals and leftists need some amount of force on their side. And when you're looking at all of the potential options, you know, it's gonna be the police who are more likely to actually side with liberals and leftists. Because, like I said, when you have ICE and you have the FBI and you have the feds sort of encroaching in state and local territory and causing problems and committing crimes and tear gassing cops and things of that nature, there's going to be just a natural human territorial instinct of like, why are you fucking shit up here, right? And that's why you see Zoran is doing this. He's playing the cops in New York City against ICE. And he's saying to the cops, this is your fucking territory. Don't let them encroach on your fucking territory, right? And so he's playing this highfalutin game of like, we got to play them off against each other, and also which side is going to be more likely to protect us in this moment. It absolutely is the cops over ICE, because ICE doesn't care about due process, doesn't care about the Constitution. They're not, I mean, they make the U.S. cops look positively, overwhelmingly professionally trained with how they act. There's zero professionalism among ICE. I mean, these are literally street thugs is what they are, fascist street thugs. And so now they're arresting officers. This could spark a much wider problem, and I hope all the cops out there are paying attention. I hope all the cops out there are paying attention. And I hope lefties sign up to be cops. I hope you do. Because like I said, we need good people in these institutions. Because when the shit hits the fan, we need people who will protect us. All right, I got more for you. So, over 170 American citizens were dragged off and held by ICE. This is according to a big ProPublica investigation that just dropped. Now, by the way, this is just the ones we could verify and prove and know as a matter of fact. They are hiding so much shit. They don't even put people in the immigration system probably more than half the time. That's what happened with Alligator Auschwitz and all the stuff they were doing. So 170 American citizens that we know of. The reality is, y'all, it's probably thousands. ICE has probably arrested thousands of American citizens. Stop and think about that. This is criminal beyond imagination. So there's also this story coming out of Chicago. A woman that was shot by a federal agent in Chicago after allegedly ramming a law enforcement vehicle pled not guilty to the charge. The attorney for the woman says body camera footage from the incident totally exonerates her. And what ended up happening is they were able to prove that the ICE agents completely flipped the reality of the story. So they brazenly lied. They say that she rammed them. The video proves they rammed her. And I think this might have been the one where this woman was doxing the agents. I say doxing because there's no such thing. You're supposed to know their names if they're working for the federal government. That's our money paying them. They're doing it in our name. So she was correctly giving people the names of the ICE agents, and they hunted her down and shot her. Now, thankfully, she survived. But again, this is the level of thuggery that we're dealing with. It is out of this world. We also have immigration officers in the Chicago area are now required to wear body cameras after they used tear gas on innocent protesters and on journalists. And a judge ruled on it and said, you motherfuckers have to wear your body cameras. You have to wear them and they have to run. That's what they said. Now, again, law and order has totally broken down. So it's very possible that the ICE agents go, "Oh, thank you for your recommendation. We're going to go ahead and not do that." Right? That is very, very possible to happen. So that's where we're at in this country, where courts can say things very, very clearly, and it could still just be completely and utterly ignored. But this is another example of at least the courts are on the correct side. We've seen that a lot in the Trump era. That, I should be clear, courts that are not the Supreme Court have been on the right side time and time again. And then the Supreme Court usually steps in and overturns a common sense ruling to side with the fascists. All right, more. So there's this comedian by the name of Robbie Roadsteamer, and he was protesting in Portland outside of an ICE facility. He dressed up in a giraffe suit, which I love. You guys know I love the stories of wearing the big inflatable suits because it just makes a mockery of the fascist. Not only are they evil fascists and they're scary, but they're also like really fucking stupid and ridiculous. And this like paints them as ridiculous as they are. Right? Are you gonna assault a guy in a fucking giraffe suit? Well, the answer is yes. So this guy stood outside of an ICE facility. He was singing like to a Rod Stewart song. He was singing anti-ICE lyrics. Then a bunch of ICE thugs come out there. The ICE Stapo comes out there, and they start fucking roughing him up, and they arrest him, and they bring him in. They detain him for singing a Rod Stewart song with anti-ICE lyrics. Totally illegal. Totally illegal. So now, this guy is suing them, and God bless him. God bless him, and bro, I hope you get tens of millions of dollars for what happened to you, and I hope all these people who are being assaulted by ICE get tens of millions of dollars from them, and I want the total $160 billion budget that Trump just gave the ICE Stapo. I want that to go to the people who are being assaulted and whose lives are being ruined by the ICE Stapo. We also have, in Los Angeles County, they declared a state of emergency in response to the ICE raids. The LA County Board of Supervisors made the move as the Trump administration continues to ramp up the raids. Quote, the move allows the LA County Board of Supervisors to provide rent relief for tenants who have fallen behind as a result of the crackdown on immigrants. A local state of emergency can also funnel state money for legal aid and other services. So, in other words, the economy is being crushed there because people are afraid to show up to fucking work. And it's not just undocumented people. It is documented people. People are afraid to show up to work. Even legal immigrants are afraid to show up to work. And so because of that, they declared a state of emergency. Of course, they want the feds out of there. But if they can't get the feds out of there, it's like, okay, well, here's some emergency relief for people, like an eviction moratorium, for example. So this is what Trump is doing. Trump is causing these crises and these catastrophes. He is causing them on purpose. It's unbelievable to watch it happen. So, of course, they've been saying in Chicago that, oh, we're arresting the worst of the worst. Remember, they went after this building with like hundreds of people in it. They were on Black Hawk helicopters and they rappelled in and they arrested people and they recorded it all and they zip-tied the hands and feet of naked kids and put them in U-Haul trucks. Well, it turns out that, of course, they were all innocent. Stephen Miller said, oh, it was all Tren de Aragua. No, it wasn't. Even according to the first argument from the feds, they said they got like nine people who were in a gang. They just reduced that to one. Okay, but I got more. Ready for this? Now, when you broaden it out to more of the arrests that are happening, out of the 1,000 undocumented immigrants that have been swept up in Chicago, they say we only got 10 people with a criminal record. 10. That's what they say. That's them putting their best foot forward. My guess is even that's bullshit. My guess is some of the 10 are just like, they have an overdue parking ticket or some shit. Suspended license, whatever it might be. Right? That's my guess. So it might be they rounded up 1,000 people in Chicago and like literally none of them have a criminal record. I'm not even kidding. Because they always lie to try to make the numbers look better for them, and the best they could come up with was 10. The fact that other people don't see this is insane to me. Like, how do you not see what's happening at this point? All right, more. Homeland Security. The Department of Homeland Security, they tweeted, ready for this? Remigrate. Now, you might hear that and say, okay, I'm not quite sure what that is. What is it? Well, it is a euphemism for ethnic cleansing. So here is what the Wikipedia page on it says. Remigration is an originally European far-right proposal of ethnic cleansing via the mass deportation of non-white immigrants and their descendants, sometimes including those born in Europe with local citizenship, to their place of racial ancestry. It is popular, especially within the identitarian movement. Some proponents of remigration suggest excluding some persons with non-European background from such a mass deportation based on a varyingly defined degree of assimilation into European culture. So to say remigration in the case of the U.S., it's like saying I'm a white nationalist. I'm a white nationalist. I want a white nationalist country. I want to basically kick out all the black and brown people. This is what was tweeted by the Department of Homeland Security. So again, it is a Groyper running that account. It is a Nazi running that account. More. Trump says he plans to pay ICE officers and Border Patrol agents despite the shutdown. Now, here's the only problem with that. It is completely and utterly illegal. He has zero authority to do that. He wants to take money from one area, shift it to another area, again, violate the Empowerment Control Act. And so he's going to run into a whole bunch of legal problems trying to do that. But he says that's what he's going to try to do. Gee, I wonder why. Those are the specific outlets, or the specific agencies, I should say, that he still wants to fund. All right, ready? So, on top of the whole re-migrate thing that the Department of Homeland Security was tweeting, which is just them saying, let's ethnically cleanse America. Listen to this. President Trump is considering an overhaul to the U.S. refugee program that would favor mostly white people. Documents show. So they're trying to, remember when they tried to do something similar to this, where they said, let's get some South Africans to come here, let's get some Boers to come here, and you had these like 300-pound white South Africans with giant beer bellies show up, because Trump is not, he's actually not anti-immigration. He's not. He's in favor of white immigration. He's just against black and brown immigration. Again, he's what we call a white nationalist. He's what we call a racist, a bigot. And so now they're trying to do this in a different way. They're trying to overhaul the immigration system to say, hey, you get to the front of the line. If you are white and you are right-wing, and you're from Europe, you get to the front of the line. As somebody said, it's like they're trying to do Operation Paperclip, but for internet posters. So, that's exactly right. That's exactly what we're looking at here. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Zoran Mamdani. So Zoran had a debate with Andrew Cuomo the other day, and he absolutely clobbered him. I mean, he cleaned his clock. Cuomo was up there looking like a fucking deer in headlights, bro. He was like, he had like a Kash Patel face going like. There was, I love the part at the end where they asked like which New York sports team is your favorite or something like that, and Curtis Lewa says Knicks, and Andrew Cuomo goes, I'll take a little bit of both. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean Mets and Yankees? Does that mean Brooklyn Nets and Knicks? Like, I'll take a little bit of both. Just such a fucking wishy-washy bullshit answer. And so, hold on one sec. Stinky's trying to go in. So Zoran chimes in, and he's like, this is what fucking New Yorkers are sick of. I'd say the Knicks. I picked the Knicks. And that's why he's just a better politician. He's just a better politician than Andrew Cuomo is. So he hammered him into the ground. My favorite part of the debate was that you had Andrew Cuomo trying to slam Zoran, and he was like, this guy, he won't even condemn Hamas. He won't even condemn Hassan Piker. Homie brought up Hamas and Hassan Piker back to back on some smooth shit like it was nothing. And I think he mentioned him multiple times. He mentioned Hassan multiple times. Just absolutely weirdo behavior, bro. Just like, who is running your campaign? Whoever's running your campaign is humiliating you and them. I mean, it was just hard to watch. So, Zoran easily cleaned his clock. If I'm being honest with you, I think this race is over. I think Zoran's going to win comfortably. There was a poll that had Zoran up like, 20 points or some crazy shit that just came out. So anyway, Cuomo got bodied. But we also had Zoran. He went on Fox News. And yet again on Fox News, he obliterated them. So it was Martha McCallum who did the interview. And normally she's relatively sharp relative to like other Fox News hosts. Like compared to like Brian Kilmeade, she's like Einstein, right? But Zoran just ran circles around her. He is just good at this. Jeez, hold on. Stinky wants to come back up. Yeah, he is just good at this. Like, he just knows how to make convincing arguments, how to come across as likable. So I'll give you one example. Here's one of the things he said, quote, "I want to speak directly to the president. I will not be a mayor like Mayor Adams who will call you to stay out of jail. I won't be a disgraced governor like Andrew Cuomo who will call you to ask how to win this election. I can do those things on my own. I will, however, be a mayor who is ready to speak at any time to lower the cost of living. That's the way I'm going to lead this city. That's the partnership I want to build." So just flipping it right on it, flipping the whole narrative on its head. He's not going in there like a bull in a china shop, like, "I'm going to rip Trump to your face, bro." No, he goes in there like, "All right, big guy, if you say you care about lowering prices, I'm your huckleberry. Let's lower prices. I'll work together with you to lower prices. You want to do that? Let's do that." And so, just like, I don't know, it just seems like he's playing chess where a lot of left-wing politicians oftentimes are playing checkers. I got another one for you. So he says, Martha McCallum says to him, "Margaret Thatcher said socialism is great until you run out of other people's money." Zoran replies, "Cuomo had $900 million and gave it to Elon Musk in tax credits. I wish the debate were like NASCAR so people could see logos of billionaires who sponsor him on his jacket." God damn, bro. So that's the classic, like, a right-winger attacks socialism, and then the lefty responds like, "Yeah, but you're just in favor of socialism for the rich. You just want to give all the money to the rich and pretend like it's going to trickle down when it's not. They're just going to buy fucking 3 yachts and 2 mansions and collect Rolexes," right? Like, don't pretend, "Oh, you're anti-socialism." No, you're pro-socialism if the socialism goes to the rich. You want tax cuts for the rich. You want subsidies for the rich, right? Yeah, and you want to raise taxes on the working class. So this is bullshit. You support socialism, but for the rich. We support it for working people. So it's unbelievable. He just did such a great job. So he's holding it down in New York there. Oh, there's also this. This is crazy. So Curtis Sliwa, the Republican who's running, he apparently went on the Breakfast Club, which is kind of wild and interesting that he did. And he said, quote, "Adams was auditioning that whole time, playing The Price is Right. He's a crook." And then Sliwa went on to say that he was offered $10 million by anti-Zoran billionaires to drop out.
Listen up, because I'm about to give you the secret. Every time I post about an AI tool or business strategy, at the end of videos, I tell people to comment a specific word below. But here's what's happening behind the scenes. MiniChat, which is approved by Meta, it automatically sends people my lead magnet, and then it adds them to my email list, and starts a nurturing sequence automatically. So it's not just sending one word, it's a complete funnel. It runs 24/7, it qualifies leads. People book discovery calls while I sleep. Last month alone, 10,000 new leads came from my comments. Hundreds of calls were booked and sales were made. And all I did was focus on creating the content. So if you're ready to increase your revenue, this is the exact system behind my success. Thank me later.
And he says that Eric Adams likely got a very similar offer. So we know that Adams has a deal with Trump. He's probably going to eventually get a position in the Trump administration. But he also probably took literal cash money from billionaires who said, "Hey, we need one person to run against Zoran to even have a chance at this thing." So they're trying to clear the field for Cuomo. And so billionaires probably went to Adams and said, "We will give you like $10 million to go do whatever you want if you just drop out. Just drop out so that, we can have a chance to beat Zoran." And it looks like Eric Adams took the money. And Curtis Lee, to his credit, man, look, I know he's a Republican. I know we disagree on almost everything, but he's principled. And so he's like, "No, I'm going to stay in this race, and I'm going to reject your fucking bribe to get me to drop out." And that's what it is. It's a bribe. And we already know. I mean, Eric Adams, was bribed by the Turkish government. That's what the original charges were against him. And Trump got those charges dropped in order for Eric Adams to be his puppet in New York City. And so, and then it looks like they tried to brag him to drop out, give him a position in the administration, or just give him $10 million or so. But this is Curtis Sliwa blowing the whistle, saying there's literal bribery going on because billionaires are so desperate to defeat Zoran. Why? Because they don't want their fucking taxes to go up. They don't want their taxes to go up, and they don't want working people to get a break. Unbelievable. All right. So we also have the Trump administration is planning on sweeping changes in the criminal division at the IRS. And you're not going to be surprised to learn that the TLDR is the IRS is now going to target all of Trump's political opponents. This is particularly insane because it was not that long ago that Republicans ginned up this fake scandal about how Obama was using the IRS to go after conservatives, bro. They always say that the Democrats use the IRS to go after conservatives. It's not true. It's totally made up. It's complete bullshit. But now Trump is openly making the changes and openly doing it to go after Democrats and liberals and leftists. They're going to harass anybody left of center, anybody that's in his opposition. That's where all the firepower at the IRS is going to be pointed. So if you're a corporation, if you're a billionaire, if you're dodging your fucking taxes left and right, if you're committing crimes, you're free to go if you're an ally of Trump. But God forbid, you're left of center. Every fucking penny better be in the right spot because they're coming to audit your ass. They're coming to crack down on your ass. So he's doing the exact thing that he fucking railed against. There's actually a video, like a literal video of him saying, I'll never use the IRS to go after my political opponents. And then here he is doing exactly that. And nobody's surprised either. Of course nobody's surprised because he's fucking full of shit. All right, ready? So, as you all know, we've been discussing the Venezuelan boats that have been illegally blown up by the United States. Total war crime. You're just murdering and terrorizing innocent people. They've killed, I believe, 27 people so far. 5 or 6 boats have been blown up. Now, one of those boats we know was actually a boat from Colombia. So it was a Colombian boat, and then the other ones were Venezuelan boats. But come to find out, this recent one that they just attacked is not Colombian or Venezuelan. It's a boat from Trinidad and Tobago. So understand, he's just murking innocent people left and right. That's what Trump is doing. That's what Trump is doing. So the Pentagon is blowing up Trinidadian fishermen. The United States murdered 2 men from Trinidad and Tobago in yesterday's U.S. strike on a boat in the Caribbean Sea during the fake anti-drug military operation against Venezuela. So there's reports all over TV in Trinidad. There was another U.S. military strike in the Caribbean the day after that one that hit the boat from Trinidad and Tobago. And this time there were survivors. And so they blew up a boat. Then U.S. helicopters actually picked up the survivors. And so now we have people that have direct stories of what happened. Now, by the way, also at the same time all this is happening, the head admiral who's in charge of these missions quit. He quit. And of course, the speculation is he was telling Trump. Sorry, this squishy toy next to me was stinky. He was telling Trump, like, hey, these are not, like, we're not even getting Venezuelans. Never mind them. Like, even if they were narco-terrorists, which is just a made-up term, it's not the death penalty for that, right? It's not the death penalty for smuggling a small amount of fucking cocaine or whatever the fuck it is, right? But like, he was saying, like, hey, let's not do this. You're not even getting the right boats. These aren't even Venezuelan. Some are Cambodian. Some are from Trinidad and Tobago. There's no evidence they're any danger to us whatsoever. And so now the top admiral, who by the way is black, which is noteworthy because they're trying to like fire anybody who's black or brown from these top positions, he resigned. And so now my guess is he's got quite a story to tell. Who knows if he'll tell it, but if he wants to have a clean conscience and be able to sleep at night, he should fucking tell it because it's very obvious what's happening here. They know they're murking civilians and they don't care. This is the United States government. They are being terrorists. They are being terrorists. This is the U.S. government, copying the tactics of Al-Qaeda. That's what they're doing. Copying the Israeli government. That's what they're doing.
Creators, I built these 3 apps to run my business just using prompts with Base 44. Let's talk productivity. As a one-man show, I have to handle everything myself, so missing a task isn't an option. I built a scheduling calendar to manage my content, and I added reminders for all the little tasks that keep things moving. Second, my community. I built a content hub where I share free assets, gather leads, and even host paid memberships. Then I added a booking system so people can schedule one-on-one calls with me. Easy. And third, creative ideation. A hub that lets the AI develop my core ideas. One section for brainstorming concepts.
It's let's just kill innocent people and whatever happens, happens, and we'll weave whatever fucking narrative we want out of this. There was also a segment on Jesse Waters' show the other night where he was bragging about we have B-52 bombers flying by Venezuela. He was bragging about the 10 warships we have in the regions and the different, helicopters we're using and that, hey, we might even do a ground invasion. This was on TV. The same fucking guys who, during the election, were saying, the peace candidate, the anti-war candidate, I'm against the wars. Trump was just bragging about ending 8 wars or whatever it was this week. And now, he's bombing innocent people again today. The whole thing about ending wars and being the peace candidate, it was always bullshit and obvious bullshit. The world's most obvious bullshit ever. But here we are. And now how many people are gonna correctly talk about what's happening here? How many people are gonna bring up that Trump has now lit up 5 or 6 boats, fishing boats with innocent people on them? You know what's crazy? Because even if everything Trump said was true, it was 6 boats from Venezuela and they were smuggling drugs. Even in a scenario like that, It's still illegal under U.S. law and international law to fucking murder them for that. Imagine Venezuela did that to fishing boats off the coast of Florida with Americans on it. Oh my God, we would be fucking like nuking them. Jesus Christ, man. Holy shit. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Israel and Gaza. So Trump came out the other day and he admitted, yeah, my peace deal, totally fake. Completely made up. Nobody has ever been more vindicated ever than me when I've told you guys during every fake ceasefire and fake peace deal that this is completely fake. Because they prove it literally within a day. They always prove it. So Trump came out the other day and said, if Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So he's saying, we're gonna kill Hamas in Gaza, which they have no way of knowing who Hamas is and isn't. They just murder civilians. Saying, yeah, let's go back to killing. Which, by the way, Israel has already killed 62 Palestinians in Gaza since the ceasefire. Since the ceasefire. They blew up a sewage plant. They did all sorts of fucked up shit. They hired ISIS gangs that were stealing the aid for them to steal it from Palestinians so that Israel can go around and say, oh, Hamas did it. They hired these ISIS gangs to attack Palestinians as soon as the ceasefire started so that they could say, oh, we didn't do it. That's a civil war in Palestine. That's what that is. And so this is what Trump is bitching about. Trump is saying, hey, the fact that Hamas assassinated the ISIS gangs that had opened fire on them first, on Palestinians first, he's saying, if you don't stop that, we're going to have to reinvade and start killing you. So tell me again how that peace agreement is going. All right, more. Israeli forces slaughtered a 12-year-old in Hebron in the West Bank. His name is Mohammed al-Halak. So we also see this escalation happening in the West Bank. A 12-year-old was killed. More. I-24, the Hebrew channel, said, Israel has barred the entry of the Turkish delegation into the Gaza Strip and prohibited the transfer of any equipment intended for excavation and the search for the bodies of captives inside the enclave. So in other words, this is Israel. At the same time, they're saying, Hamas needs to give us all the dead bodies of the Israelis. They are blocking the removal equipment from getting into Gaza. The removal equipment that's needed to get the remaining dead bodies. So again, do you see what's happening here? Do you understand what's happening here? They're sabotaging the deal on purpose, blaming Hamas, but it's not Hamas's fault. It's their fault. They just want to go back to the genocide, so they're using whatever excuse they can to go back to the genocide. There's a video that's floating around social media now where Israelis are protesting the aid trucks from getting into Gaza, and in one of them, you have an Israeli with a stroller with a fucking baby in it, and they stand in front of the truck, and they just stand there and block it and wait. So they're literally using their babies as human shields to try to force the continued starvation of Palestinians. We also have a whole bunch of Israeli airstrikes pounded southern Lebanon yesterday. And they were pounding what's called the reconstruction sector. So there were a whole bunch of businesses that were there. There was a quarry, a concrete plant, a stone cutting facility. You had all these things which were basically dedicated to rebuilding both southern Lebanon, which Israel had bombed like crazy, but also I'm sure some of that stuff was going to be used in Gaza, right? Israel just went in there and blew up all of the fucking, and they blew up like a gas depot too as well. So it was like, it looked like a nuclear explosion with how ridiculously huge the fire was and the explosion was. And so they're blowing up that. Again, at the same time, they're pretending like there's a peace agreement and they're abiding by the peace agreement and Hamas is violating it. They're blowing up like basically the entire ability of both South Lebanon and Gaza to rebuild. They're blowing up like the plants that are needed to rebuild it. So again, do you understand what's happening here? They never wanted peace. They never wanted a ceasefire. They never wanted a deal. They just didn't. And so here we are. Here we are, and every single day since the fake peace deal went into agreement, it's now been violated. Every single day. Every single day. All right, more. So there is a sea change happening in U.S. politics. So Seth Moulton, who's just a classic corporate Democrat, he came out the other day and tweeted, I am returning AIPAC donations and refusing to accept any donations or support from them. The FEC filing I made yesterday reflects that we are returning donations. So it appears like the straw has broken the camel's back with AIPAC money in the Democratic Party. Cory Booker got grilled over it on the I've Had It podcast. By the way, that might be one of the reasons why Seth Moulton made the decision here, because he saw how bad it went for Cory Booker on the I've Had It podcast. So he did it. Gavin Newsom was grilled by Van Lathan, and Van Lathan fucking just humiliated Gavin Newsom, where Gavin was basically trying to imply that Van Lathan is anti-Semitic because he said, I won't support any Democratic candidate who takes money from AIPAC. And so it looks like they're all waking up and realizing we can't just continue with business as usual here. We have to cut off the money from AIPAC. We have to. We can't accept it anymore because, I mean, let's keep it real. Not only do they want politicians to keep arming and funding a genocide, but also it is a MAGA op too. You do understand that, right? Like, you do get that the Israel lobby is a MAGA op. On top of being pro-genocide, pro-war crimes, pro-ethnic cleansing, and stealing all of Gaza and reoccupying it, it's also a MAGA op because the Likud party and Netanyahu, they are fully in bed with Trump. So, like, you're begging to be infiltrated if you take their fucking money. That's the bottom line. All right, more. So Tucker Carlson hit us with an all-time banger here of stupidity. He was doing his show and try to make sense of this one. He said, female leadership leads to violence. I don't know exactly what it is. There's something about female leadership that gets you very quickly to violence. And you see it in the support for the Ukraine war. Dog, what? What? Vladimir Putin started that. He's a man. Zelensky is defending Ukraine. He's a man. It wasn't like, what, a U.S. president was female when they started to send weapons and money for that conflict. No, that's not the case. What the fuck are you talking about? I also love the idea of ranting about how warlike women are at the exact same time that he's a fucking Republican Party ball coddler and Trump is blowing up random dinghy fishing boats off the coast of Venezuela right now. Trump illegally attacked Iran and Somalia and Yemen, trying to do war with Venezuela now, threatening Mexico and Greenland and Panama. Trump has never been a war he didn't fucking like. And he supports Trump. And somehow it's, what, women's fault? Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? This is actually, like, humiliating when you see how disconnected from reality it is. Just like, wouldn't it suck if women were empowered? Wouldn't there be, like, more war? I don't know, man. Men have largely run the world, like, forever, and there seems to be a lot of fucking war right now. A lot of it. Jesus Christ. All right. Carolyn Levitt, fascist Barbie, she was on Fox News and she said the following, quote, the Democrat Party's main constituency is made up of Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals. I bring you this quote to make this simple point. Remember when Hillary Clinton said half of Trump supporters are deplorables? Half. And you would think that she, like, molested a child or something with what the backlash was like. Remember that? How much worse is this quote compared to what Hillary said? Again, the Democratic Party's main constituency is made up of Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals. Basically saying, I am writing off half the country or more. I am writing off, like, 170 million Americans. Don't care about them, don't want to represent them, despise them, want to smear them, want to make their lives a living hell, want to call them illegal aliens and criminals and terrorists. Listen to what they're saying here. And again, there will be no backlash over this, none whatsoever. So if you're following this stuff, Republicans get to say literally anything and everything they want about their opponents, but Democrats are not allowed to fight back. They're not even allowed to fight back and say things that are accurate, say things that are truthful. Say, like, hey, this is fascism. You're not even allowed to say that. You can't even tell the truth. But, oh, if you say it's fascist, you're inciting violence. No, we're not. Inciting violence means, hey, let's go do violence. Nobody said that, right? But again, stop and think about it. This is like a disgusting, grotesque thing to say. Which is why I keep bringing up this national divorce thing, man. Like, if this is how you really feel about us, okay, well, we fucking hate you too. Let's just separate. Let's have the blue states of America and the red states of America, and let's have that experiment. We'll talk in 50 years and see who's doing better. And I'd place a lot of money on a bet that we'd be doing phenomenal in that scenario, and you guys would be in hell. So, I mean, I'd love that, but low-key, they love to hate us. They would hate it if we separated, because then they're like, well, who the fuck are we going to beat up on 24/7? This is bullshit. They're like an alcoholic, abusive, gaslighting partner, is what they are. That's what they are. But, you know, anybody left of center is a Hamas terrorist, illegal alien, and violent criminal, and that's totally fine to say. It doesn't expose them for being fucking uninterested in representing more than half the country and looking at them as fellow Americans. All right, more. So Grok has apparently been messed with because somebody decided, well, let me ask the question, whether or not the Israeli government is guilty of war crimes. And when you ask that question, Grok says, quote, the question of whether the government of Israel is guilty of war crimes is a complex and highly contentious issue. And then it goes on from there. But if you ask, hey, Grok, is Hamas guilty of war crimes? Here's the answer from Grok. Quote, yes, Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups have been found guilty of committing war crimes by authoritative international bodies. Now, by the way, literally those same international bodies have said Israel is doing a genocide and they're committing war crimes. But Grok says, oh, it's complex and highly contentious if you say it about Israel, but if it's about Hamas, oh, very black and white, very to the point, very clear. Do you see what's happening? And this is at the same time there's a massive crackdown on pro-Palestine content on TikTok. This is at the same time that Ellison is taking over CBS and Paramount, and Barry Weiss is being used to basically be the lead editor of the news coming out of CBS. So it's going to be very enlightened, centrist, biased, softer on MAGA, very anti-Palestinian, pro-Israel. Like, there is media consolidation happening where they're making it soft on MAGA and soft on Israel and their crimes, and we're all supposed to act like this is normal. This is not normal. This consolidation to censor free speech and censor the truth is a fucking war on all of us, is what it is. So now you get these jumbled, stupid answers from Grok when you ask a very simple and straightforward question that should give you a very simple and straightforward answer. All right, now, I love this next story. Did you guys see the CNN report about Graham Plattner? So Graham Plattner is, of course, a lefty who's running as a Democrat in, I believe it's Maine, right? Yeah, it's Maine. And he just got more of a centrist Democrat opponent. I think her name is Mill. I think she's the current governor, Democratic governor of Maine. Janet Mills, is that her name? Something Mills. Well, anyway, Graham Plattner, some of his old posts online have been resurfaced. And when I tell you that they make this guy, he was already very likable, but now it makes him even more likable. When I say that, I fucking mean it. I fucking mean it. So they did this thing, they leaked all his, his Reddit posts and posts on other shit. And here's the headline, ready? Graham Plattner once called himself a communist, dismissed all police as bastards, and said rural white Americans actually are racist and stupid, according to now deleted posts. He also apparently was in the, I think it's the Socialist Rifle Association, which, that sounds based as fuck to me, bro. That sounds based as fuck to me. He said, quote, this was his, mea culpa. He said, quote, that was very much me fucking around on the internet. I don't want people to see me for who I was in my worst internet moments, or even, frankly, who I was in my best internet comment. I don't think any of that is indicative of who I am today, really. He also said, I forget who it was. Oh, he said this about Ted Nugent. In another post in 2010, Plattner took aim at musician Ted Nugent, a conservative activist. He said, quote, as a combat veteran, that motherfucker makes me want to puke when he spews his warmongering macho bullshit. Suck a dick, Ted. And then, so Plattner, when he was talking to CNN about this article, and he was supposed to, apologize, he said, to be fair, I'm not really regretful of that one. Ted Nugent is a total piece of shit, and he shouldn't feel bad about that one. Look, I'll go out on a limb here, but I'm not even sure he should have apologized. I mean, I get it. Let me amend that a little bit. I actually totally get it if there's some things he genuinely feels like, yeah, that goes too far. I could get the thing, if you want to clarify and say, listen, man, of course not all rural whites are racist. I get that. You can apologize for that one because it's just not true, right? But I'm not even sure he should have apologized at all because, I'm sorry, we live in this new political era where I honestly think stuff like this makes him more appealing, not less appealing. Because Trump broke our politics. This idea of having somebody like Obama, who's very buttoned down, very proper, has good civility and decorum, speaks in a very flowery way, it's like prose when he's up there speaking. That's gone. That's dead. That's over. Now, what people want is a more raw, real, rough and tumble, shoot from the hip, authentic style of speaking, where people really are speaking their mind, even if it might be something that might offend a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? And we've struggled with that on the Democratic side, on the liberal and leftist side, it seems like all of our politicians are made in a lab to be very fake and inauthentic and on script, right? And like, you know, think of how like Cory Booker speaks, for example. She's just one example, but literally almost any Democratic politician, save maybe Bernie and, you know, the good ones in Congress, like 80% of them fit this bill of like just too scripted, almost like actors in a way. Like, that's not going to work anymore because you're up against true Kool-Aid drinking fascist psychopaths who are all about that fascist lifestyle. So I'm sorry, you need equal and opposite crazy. You do. Bill Maher actually did a thing on this in like, I want to say it was like 2015 or something. How like, it was like the left needs its own Tea Party and we need people who are just like, are willing to push the envelope on the other side of the spectrum. So like, if they say we want to ban all abortions, Bill Maher's joke was, no, I think we should have drive-by abortions at the McDonald's drive-thru. Like, and it's a joke and it's tongue-in-cheek, but at the same time, at the core of the argument is something that makes sense, that in order for us to get to a reasonable place, we need to shift the spectrum way back to the left, right? So if that means having somebody in there who used to call themselves a communist, I'm your Huckleberry, I don't give a fuck, that's awesome. That's great. You know? I mean, it's that's how it should be, is we need, if these motherfuckers on the right are going to be so insane and so crazy and say things genuinely ridiculous and extreme, like I think a lot of them actually love Hitler, which is terrifying. We don't even have any politicians on the Democratic side that love Stalin or love Mao or anything like that. There is no equal and opposite shit. And so if you tell me we can have somebody who self-described as a communist at one point and understood ACAB and fucking said like, you know, all the Republicans are racist assholes, I mean, we're not, like, here's the thing. We are not going to shoot our own anymore. We're not going to do the right's dirty work for them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to fucking circle the wagons. I'm going to say, that's my boy. And this makes him even more likable to me compared to, you know, his opponent, his Democratic opponent. And so there's other quotes too, but, you know, I gave you the juiciest ones, so we don't need to get into every single one of them. But, yeah, if anything, the only thing I would change about his response is, not really an apology. I would understand like more of just an explanation and a semi double down. That's how I would have handled it. Explanation and semi double down, you know, is I think the best way to approach it. And he somewhat did that, but I think maybe it was a little too apologetic. But hey, I get where he's coming from. But either way, I think it makes him sound even more cool, if I'm being honest with you. All right, more. In Axios, they're now reporting that Democrats are trying to force out John Fetterman. Hell yes. I mean, look, he's just MAGA at this point. He's literally running around blaming Democrats for the shutdown, even though it's not Democrats' fault, right? Democrats are saying, hey, don't cut Medicaid and, you know, don't cut the Obamacare subsidies. Don't let your own constituents' health care double and triple and quadruple their health care premiums. So Democrats are trying to save Republican voters from themselves, and fucking Fetterman's running around shitting on them for that. He's just like, he's a brain damage freak. I hate him. Conor Lamb is the most vindicated man in history, and so I hope Democrats run somebody in a primary, and Fetterman would lose in a primary. Fetterman might end up joining the Republican Party, but he was going to do that anyway with the trajectory he's on. So Democrats are right to want to oust his ass. All right. Now this is scary. So Kalshi is, of course, a betting market, and the odds of the Democrats winning the House in the midterms have plummeted to 20% on Kalshi, on the betting markets. That's disturbing. That's scary. That's truly scary. Because, you know, it was way fucking higher than that not that long ago. In fact, it almost looked like a foregone conclusion that Democrats were going to win back the House. So, why did that happen? Well, because there's a Supreme Court case on the Voting Rights Act, and in the oral arguments, it looked like the Supreme Court was poised to overturn the Voting Rights Act and make it so that Republicans are guaranteed to pick up about 20 seats if they do that. So, I mean, this is a war on you know, equal rights. This is a war on one man, one vote. This is a war on all the progress that we made post the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Movement. They're trying to roll the clock back to like Jim Crow type shit. Take away any institutional power that minority communities have. So this is crazy what we're talking about here. So that's one reason why Democratic likelihood of winning in the midterms plummeted. And then the other thing, which is absolutely terrifying, is what happened with the voting machine system. So Dominion Voting Systems, they sold their product, their company, to some absolute Republican MAGA hack who just rebranded the company to Liberty Votes. So, I mean, stop and think about that. The right is so open about the fact that they say 2020 was stolen. They're wrong, but they all say it. They all seem to believe it, or at least they act like they believe it. And so they feel like, well, shit, we're owed one, if anything. So now you have a MAGA hack who runs the fucking voting machines? No, hell no. So now the Supreme Court looks like they're going to overturn the Voting Rights Act, and some MAGA hack is going to own Dominion voting systems, which a lot of votes, are tallied by Dominion voting systems. That's why. That's why we are where we are. So I'm telling you, man, we are losing our democracy very, very quickly, and it's absolutely terrifying. And we all need to stand up and fight back, and that's why you have this awesome No Kings protest tomorrow. By the way, everybody be careful at the No Kings protest. I'm seeing chatter about potential agent provocateurs, where right-wingers will attack cops, and of course, the Trump regime will blame the left, and they'll use this to invoke the Insurrection Act and do a war on the Constitution and the First Amendment, take away everybody's free speech rights. So God bless all the millions of people who are going to be out there in the streets. It's the right thing to do, but everybody be careful and be safe, because they are going to try to do some agent provocateur type attacks, blame the left, and then really crack down on us even more using that. All right, now, I mentioned CBS not that long ago. Well, the CBS News Standards Chief Officer, Claudia Milne, told staff the other day that she's leaving. This was just 10 days after Barry Weiss took over as editor-in-chief. And, of course, the reason she's doing it is because she doesn't want to be forced to manipulate the truth for Barry Weiss, is what's happening. So all of the principled people, the intelligent people, the ones who want to put honesty front and center, they're looking for the door because they know exactly what Barry Weiss is about and what's about to happen to CBS. Sorry, I'm fixing the CBD pouch in my mouth. Okay. So, this just came out. Unearthed Invitation shows Trump will host a lavish $1 million per person fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago this Friday. This will take place on the 17th day of his government shutdown. So that's today that this is happening. $1 million per person fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago. And I believe the idea behind this one is that money is going to go towards building the $200 million ballroom that Trump is putting up, which, by the way, he said construction on that will continue even during the government shutdown. That's great. Good stuff. So the 17th day of the government shutdown, where the Republican position is, no, we will make it so that our own voters' healthcare premiums double, triple, and quadruple. That's what we're fighting for. Raise the healthcare premiums for our voters, whereas Democrats are fighting to keep those healthcare premiums low. And he's doing $1 million fundraiser per person at Mar-a-Lago. The most corrupt president in American history, and it's not even close. Maybe even in world history. He literally scammed his own supporters with a shit coin. Literally did a crypto scam on his own supporters. He's taking money from fucking Saudi Arabia and Oman and all these different countries. Was caught on a hot mic talking to the head of Indonesia the other day with another corrupt business deal that they were doing. Selling fucking watches for $100,000 a pop. Doing all this shit. Literally doing pay-to-play for pardons and commutations. He's done that at Mar-a-Lago before as well. And everybody acts like it's normal. Everybody acts like it's normal. So he gets to go to a big money billionaire fundraiser while fucking government workers are getting shafted. Over 1 million government workers furloughed, sitting at home, not even able to get a fucking paycheck. And he's raising $1 million a pop. Jesus Christ, man. What a criminal. It's unbelievable. All right. So Ted Cruz is out there threatening the No Kings protesters. He said there's considerable evidence that George Soros and his network are funding the No Kings rallies. That's exactly why I've introduced the Stop Funders Act. It lets law enforcement prosecute those funding acts of political violence. Okay, we had a No Kings protest already. We had a hands-off protest already. There was no violence at them. There was no violence at them. So what the fuck do you mean that you say, what, you're going to go after Soros for funding these protests where nothing bad happened? It's almost like they're admitting, hey, there's about to be violence at the next one, and we know because they're agent provocateurs. And then we're going to use that to try to take down any liberal Democratic donor networks. That's what it looks like. God damn it, man. They're so far gone. They're so far gone, it's like impossible to talk to them. It's impossible to get through to them because they're just so up their own ass and so wrong about everything. You want to talk about a self-created crisis? ABC News is reporting that the U.S. Labor Department is warning of a potential food crisis linked to the Trump administration's immigration raids due to a resulting worker shortage.
Yep. told you that.
You believe that? So the Labor Department, Trump's Labor Department, is going, oh boy, oh no, this looks really, really bad. Why? Because they round up so many people that it looks like we're going to have a food shortage. There's nobody there to do the farm work, to pick the crops. And by the way, a lot of these people, as we pointed out, are legal immigrants who are afraid to show up because they've seen so many ICE raids and they feel like, well, they don't even care about that I am legal in this country. And so they're staying out of work. So here we are, a fucking food shortage because Stephen Miller is a Nazi and is hell-bent on making this country as white as humanly possible. This is insane. It's fucking insane. All right. Now this one, I might do a longer segment on this on Monday, but Joe Rogan finally responded to Mark Maron, and it was horrible. It was horrible. He did this really like passive-aggressive, patronizing thing where he was like, you know, I've been there, bro. I've been there where you like call out other comedians and stuff, but it's not good. It's not healthy for you. And he goes on to say like, Mark Maron is just jealous is point number one. And then point number two is, oh, he's mentally ill. He's insecure, jealous, and mentally ill. Now, what you'll notice is, in Rogan's entire response, at no point did he respond to the substantive arguments made by Maron. Maron's arguments were 100% squarely political in nature. It was about, hey, you guys fucking rode Trump's nuts. You guys are now responsible for the mass deportation bullshit. You guys are responsible for the bombing of Venezuelan fishing boats and shit like that. Maron's argument was like, because of how much you've, sucked up to the right wing, you've turned comedy hack. Where like now it's like what Kill Tony does. It's like, hey, forget about making people laugh. Just be as offensive as you can be, right? And if it's a race to see who's the most offensive, then bad people will start laughing at the fact that you're saying the taboo thing you shouldn't say, right? But then the audience you're attracting is just like bad people who want to hear the most offensive thing. But then the art in comedy is gone. It's not an art to say, oh, I'm going to come up with the most fucked up thing I can think of. That's not an art. There's an art to making people laugh. But to just turn it into, let's just be as offensive as possible, you've ruined comedy in that respect. That's his argument. There was no response to that argument. He was just like comparing podcast sizes, basically, is what Rogan was doing. And it's like, okay, well, I see him bringing up substantive political arguments as to why he disagrees with you, and substantive arguments about the state of comedy, and then your response is just personal attacks. So, I don't know, sort of fuck you. That's my reaction to that. And by the way, it's not a coincidence that he waited until Maron did his last episode to do this. Like, he waited until Maron literally wrapped up his podcast at his last episode with Obama. He waited for that to then finally bring up his name. Jesus Christ. And Rogan, again, he does this thing, this holier-than-thou thing, where it's like, who, me? No, I don't stoop to that low where I, like, respond in kind and fuel drama online. And then he fucking does it, as he acts like he doesn't do it. So, anyway, Maron owned him, but here's the fact. He's feeling the heat. That's the thing. Like, Maron was right. I think on some level, Rogan knows Maron was right. That's why Rogan's slowly trying to run away from MAGA, knowing how it makes him look and how it makes his show feel. So he understands that. And then also the Elephant Graveyard thing was a big deal. The fact that Elephant Graveyard has this video with like millions and millions of views that just like absolutely blew up the Rogan sphere. Also, you got all these comedians now that mock the Austin comedy scene for what it's become. Because what it's become is a sick joke. It's just like, let's be as offensive as possible, right? It's this little circle jerk of Rogan and his closest friends, and it's very insular. You have all these good comedians who are like, I don't like it there. I like it in LA and New York better. And so the walls are closing in, and he senses his popularity is getting, lower and lower. And so now he finally reacts to Maron. But I'm sorry, Maron is right. He was just, he was just a midwife for what we were all feeling, which is why there was such a positive reaction to when he came out and started saying the things he was saying. All right. So we also have this. The EPA canceled a $20 million flood protection grant for Alaska's native village of Kipnuk in May. And at the time, Trump called it wasteful DEI spending. Well, on Sunday, Kipnuk was devastated by a typhoon and floods, and it destroyed all of their homes and left its residents stranded. So they canceled $20 million in flood protection, $20 million in flood protection, and then now that place was wiped off the fucking map. But we have $40 billion for Argentina, but this place, which is part of the United States of America, is now not going to get the support that they need. That's great. And they could have prevented this with that $20 million, but Trump had to cut that off too. Again, this is fucking America last type shit. That's what this is. Stephen A. Smith is out there making an ass of himself. I don't know how many of you guys saw this, but he was on his podcast, which is ironically called Straight Shooter, and he talked about Jasmine Crockett. He said, quote, "This educated, brilliant black woman representing over 750,000 people is engaging in verbiage and rhetoric for the streets. And that's fine when you're in the streets. How many of you are able to think that for a second that you are able to bring street verbiage to Capitol Hill and that's going to work out for you? You literally have Republicans telling the networks, please, please, please put her front and center on camera. Why would they do that? Because they know it wins for them. So he's saying Republicans love that Jasmine Crockett is becoming one of the faces of the Democratic Party because it makes them look better. Stephen A. Smith, you have never been more wrong in your life. Well, you probably have because you're wrong about a lot of things. But this is like really, really wrong. By the way, the Democrats thought, hey, put Trump in front of cameras because we'll definitely beat Trump. It was the Pied Piper strategy that Hillary did in 2015. They said, we want Trump to be our opponent because we're definitely going to beat him. Well, how'd that work out? Turns out the Democrats miscalculated in the same way that the Republicans are miscalculating about Jasmine Crockett. They think these like AOC and Jasmine Crockett and Bernie Sanders and Graham Plattner and these left-wing fucking flamethrowers, they think like, we'll beat them because they're too far left. And then in reality, Americans are listening to them going, wait, I agree with Medicare for all. I agree with free college. I agree with a living wage. I agree with ending the wars. I agree with everything they're saying. I'm with them. I'm on their side. I'm going to vote for them. And it's the same thing. And by the way, Jasmine Crockett being true to herself and speaking how she speaks is another thing that makes her immensely likable. We're tired of the fake fucking bullshit. Everybody pretending to speak like they're from Yale. They're some fucking Yale professor or some actor, some inauthentic freak with a fake cadence and rhythm and how they talk. No, we like it when people keep it real. And by the way, Stephen A. should know that because he fucking is a flamethrower himself and he fucking rants himself. He's a guy who speaks from the heart himself. Well, Jasmine Crockett is the same shit, except when she does it, she says more intelligent shit than you do. What's up, brother? So this is just such fucking bullshit. This is such bullshit. Republicans may be thinking, oh yeah, put Jasmine Crockett in front of the cameras, we'll win. They're wrong. She's gonna fucking crush them. Because they make really, really stupid arguments all the fucking time, and she masterfully destroys those arguments, right? The more outrage we generate on the right with the shit we say on the left, the better off we are. Because we are going to trigger them into oblivion and destroy them, right? She's the one who said Governor Hot Wheels. That was based as fuck. That was based as fuck. Let them melt down. Let them cry. We're not going for their approval. We're fucking exposing them for what they are. The shameless hacks and losers they are who are destroying this country. They kicked 17 million people off Medicaid. That's what they did. They kicked 3 million people off the SNAP program, food stamps. That's what they did. They're starting multiple new wars. That's what they're doing. So if people are going to look around and go, oh, but she speaks in street vernacular, so I don't like her anymore. Like, no, you might feel like that, Stephen A. But that says a lot about you and nothing about other people. Because we all love Jasmine Crockett. We fucking love her. And we want more Democrats to be just like her. And tell the truth and be authentic and fight back. And she does all of those things. All right. This triggered the shit out of me. So there's this article, brink of a humanitarian disaster, 800 migrant facilities said to be stranded in Pennsylvania town amid factory closure. So this is a Zero Hedge article. Well, you have these white nationalist accounts like Captive Dreamer. He said, well, this didn't age well, did it? And he links to a Guardian piece that says, a Pennsylvania town is thriving with Haitian immigrants and is the latest target of Republican hate. So stop and think about this. Instead of these right-wingers looking at this story about how a factory is going to shut down and 800 migrant families are going to be stranded in Pennsylvania with no way to make an income. Instead of them looking at that story and going, why the fuck is the factory shutting? What the fuck is the president doing? Save that fucking factory, you dumb fuck. I thought you weren't going to outsource the jobs. I thought jobs were going to stay here. I thought the economy was going to be booming. I thought we'd be building more factories. Keep that factory and build a new one. Have multiple factories there. What are you doing, Mr. President? Instead of that, they just grandfather in, oh, of course, the factory's shutting. And they go right to, guess we shouldn't have brought the Haitians in, should we? It's like, you guys are oozing the racism. And I know you're proud of it, and I know you would say that, right? But, like, you are oozing the racism. Can you at least try to want good things for this country? Like, it's so crazy. If this story happened under Biden, they would say, well, they would still want the migrants kicked out, but they would also say, why is the factory shutting under Biden? But now the factory is shutting under Trump. They got nothing to say about it. It's because of Trump's policies that the factories are shutting. And they don't acknowledge that. There's no acknowledgement of that at all. That the real heart of the story here is, don't have the fucking factory shut. It's just crazy to me. By the way, over 800,000 factories shut under Trump's leadership. Over 800,000 factories. When you add the first term and the second term, he killed a bunch of the funding from Biden, from the infrastructure bill, from the CHIPS Act, from all these different laws that Biden passed, which would have created a lot of factory jobs, a lot of green and renewable technology jobs. He kills those jobs. And then at the same time, he virtue signals like he's bringing jobs back. Like, no, you're fucking losing all the jobs. Like, it's very obvious what's happening to anybody actually paying attention to what's real. But here we go. The Nazis can't help but Nazi. They look at a story of a factory shutting down, and they're like, don't fucking Haitian migrants suck? No, actually, I think the factory's shutting down. I think that sucks. And I think Trump should have never lied about the Haitians when he pretended like they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, on a fucking racist crusade that all of you idiots went along with because you're so blinded by your bigotry you can't see straight. All right. Nick Fuentes went on Alex Jones' show, and he warned about upcoming left-wing terrorism where ICE is in Portland and Chicago. So yes, you heard me right. In the midst of ICE Gestapo thugs absolutely beating the shit out of innocent people, just to give you a little taste of what ICE is doing. Ready? They assaulted an 84-year-old married couple. This is just within the past, month. Assaulted an 84-year-old married couple. Shot a priest in the face with a pepper ball. Tear-gassed a baby. Ran over multiple people with cars. Tear-gassed journalists. Tear-gassed cops. Zip-tied naked kids who were U.S. citizens and put them in the back of a U-Haul van. Deported a guy for having cologne that they lied and said it was drugs. Deported a guy who was wrongfully imprisoned for 40 years. They tackled a 79-year-old car wash owner and hospitalized him. At the same time all of that is going on, Nick Fuentes says, oh, the left-wing violence is going to be out of control. Do you have any thoughts on that fucking ICE violence that's out of control that I just told you about? No, because you support it. If the violence is coming from the right, if the violence is coming from ICE, you love it. You support it. So it's not really violence that's the problem here. You don't have a principled opposition to violence. You have a principled opposition to the left. That's the bottom line. Because you're fear-mongering about non-existent left-wing terror. The left is out there jumping around in fucking inflatable cartoon outfits and inflatable frogs and fucking Winnie the Pooh and shit. They're out there doing that. There are nudists out there laying down on a bridge protesting. That's what the left is doing. But you're saying, oh, left-wing non-existent violence is terrifying. So he says, there's upcoming left-wing terrorism. How would you know? How would you know? You're not fucking linked in with the left. Upcoming left-wing terrorism. And then he calls on Trump to bring the hammer down on Antifa and this illegal immigrant insurrection with overwhelming force. So the non-existent immigrant insurrection, which is not happening, Trump says, bring down the hammer on Antifa. But Nick, I hate to tell you, they fucking are bringing down the hammer on all the peaceful protesters, all of them. Ain't no Antifa, ain't no fucking immigrant insurrection, but they are bringing the hammer down on all the left-wing protesters. And guess what? You're still so fucking confused and such a Nazi, you go out there on your show and you criticize Trump for not being Nazi enough. What would you like him to do? Assault multiple 84-year-old couples? Tear gas multiple babies? Like, what do you want him to do? He's doing all the Nazi shit. You're still, this is fucking not even Nazi enough. But the left is violent. But be more Nazi, Trump. I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. It's all so stupid. How is this guy having a moment? It's the saddest thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, these arguments are just so dumb. All right, more. Ready? So again, on Alex Jones' show, Nick Fuentes says, the left has gone mask off insane. And Fuentes says, everyone will be jailed if they return to power. He says, quote, a Republican must win in 28, whoever that is. Oh, look at that. He fell right back in line. Mr. I'm independent. I don't care about the Democrats and the Republicans. You don't have to vote for Republicans. We need to build like a third party type thing, bro. He was just doing this fucking tap dance all for the past 2 months. Now he's on Alex Jones' show. Quote, a Republican must win in 28, whoever that is. Nick, I got news for you. In a world that made sense, Democrats would arrest Elon Musk. They would arrest Stephen Miller. They would arrest Kristi Noem. They would arrest Donald Trump. They would have, trials, mass fucking new Nuremberg trials for the ICE Gestapo thugs. But unfortunately, son, the world we live in doesn't make sense. So what's much more likely to happen is that Democrats, if they get power again, which I don't know if they will because Trump's trying to he's going for the whole enchilada and stealing this thing. But if they were to get in power again, it would be just like Obama. When Obama said, "Oh, we look forwards, we don't look backwards." We, Dick Cheney did torture. George W. Bush did torture. They did illegal wars based on lies. Well, we look forward, we don't look backwards. Oh, what's that? The fucking criminals on Wall Street had fraud as a business model and tanked the global economy. Well, we look forward, we don't look backwards. So I love this phantom Democratic Party that they built up in their head, right? That like I would be leading the Democratic Party and I would be having the new Nuremberg trials, which I would, by the way. But they think they're all like me. they think that fucking Kamala Harris is like me. No, I wish she was. She's not. But look at the mindset. The mindset, he goes right back into that tribal bullshit. And he goes right back into a Republican must win in 28,
I
whoever
broke
that
the
is.
fucking code.
And by the way, Nick, let's be clear about something. Even under a best case scenario, even if I were president, we have no interest. I have no interest in rounding up like rando MAGA posters or rando MAGA voters. No, you're free people in what's supposed to be a free country, and you disagree with me politically. Whoop-de-frickin-do. What I want to do is get you health care. What I want to do is get you higher wages. I don't like you. In fact, I fucking hate you. I think you're a piece of shit. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't live a good life. And I want to get you paid vacation time, and I want to get you higher wages, and I want to get you, free college and things of that nature, and eliminate your medical debt and shit like that. So even in the best case scenario for my ideology and my philosophy, the actual criminals would go down, but regular MAGA people have nothing to worry about. But he makes it seem like the left is this like terrifying thing that like we're just gonna arrest half the country. No, you dumb fuck. That's what Trump is trying to do right now. That's what NSPM 7 is, which you've said fucking nothing about, which is Trump going after fucking anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, extremism on gender and migration. Basically saying anybody who disagrees with us on any fucking political issue is terrorist or terrorist adjacent. That's what that is. That's what that is. So the thing that Trump and MAGA are doing now is the thing he fears the left might do, even though there's no indication they will do it. God damn it. It's just so, like, what the fuck? God damn it. All right. Sam Stein made this point because, Pete Hegseth tried to get the media to sign over, like, their First Amendment rights and say, you can't report anything on the Pentagon unless we approve it, which is just completely against the First Amendment of the Constitution. Well, guess what? Some outlets signed it. So we already know One American News signed it. That's the only, like, far right-wing outlet. Newsmax didn't sign it. Fox News didn't sign it. All the other outlets were like, we're not fucking signing this. Well, guess what? Some new outlets rushed in to say, oh, we'll sign it. We'll sign away our rights. Ready? The Federalist, the Epoch Times, a Turkish newspaper, 3 individuals from the Turkish state-run Anadolu agency, 2 Turkish freelancers, a reporter for the Australian, an Afghan freelancer, and 3 lesser-known operations, AWPS News and the India Globe, and a blog called USA Journal Korea.
So I had an issue with emojis. There's a problem with Windows where ultimately these there's a word, this Unix. What do they call it? The UTF-8 enforcement. UTF-8. So UTF-8, and what happens is it causes issues. Like fucking AI loves to use emojis, but in the Python like shit, it doesn't like emojis. And unless you have a header in the code to allow it, it fucks it all up. So I had thousands of fucking problems. So I had the AI just like, okay, if there's a fucking emoji, take it out. So I just realized I just wiped out all of the emojis like in the found banter engine. So the Undao now is showing the code numbers, right, of it, instead of showing the actual emojis. I just did this massive refactoring. I like the web this main PI was like 2,000 lines of code, and it basically just kept adding shit in there. So like all day this morning, yesterday and today, I fucking broke it all out, and then it didn't work, and now we're getting it back together, and then I realize now that running it for the first time, I was like, well, let's see if this shit's gonna work. It's like the emojis are gone. So the undialed dude is gone. So, yeah, it's just kind of like, what's up? How you guys doing? You guys ready to get out there? It's bad, dude. Dude, it's America is so bad. Oh my God. America is so bad, dude. Dude, some MAGA person bought Dominion voting machines. Liberty, they've renamed it Liberty Voting. All right, so you can't even trust. You can't. They're gonna fucking. They're gonna like they own the voting machines, and they're just gonna cheat. Can you believe this shit, dude? There is no fucking. You can't trust the voting now. You can't. You just have to fucking. The only thing you can do. The only thing you can do is protest at this stage. I mean, I'm serious. The only thing you can do is like fuck it, not buying. Crash fucking the market. I'm not spending money, nothing new. You know, fuck dude, the dollar, if you're not buying like Bitcoin, right? I would be buying Bitcoin. Like put everything that you have into Bitcoin. Cause it's the only, I mean, gold or Bitcoin on it. Yeah, he said it. And it's fucking coming true. They've just got this all planned, dude. It's scary. The only thing you can do is fucking protest. Protest. Banks, I mean, this is a fucking scary ass. Regional banks are fucking, are about to fucking crash. All this money is going into gold. The AI is on a massive bubble. Yeah, it's just fucking insane, dude. It's fucking insane. These motherfuckers, right? I mean, I don't know. It's a depressing day. And my code. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I gotta go down and clean the kitchen. My wife's, if she comes home, I haven't done shit. All right. Let's go downstairs, clean up the kitchen. Let's go down, clean up the kitchen. Fuck, dude. It's pretty sad. Oh my god. You guys have you guys got the right, I hope you guys are carrying in your backpack, you're gonna carry gas mask, carry milk or something for eyes, triage bag for today, any first aid, I would be carrying, what is it, milk? What is it that, look how dirty my kitchen is. Look at this kitchen. Oh my God, if my wife came home right now, oh my God. If mama came home right now, oh God. I got it. Oh shit, it's raining. I think my windows are open. They are. Gotta run upstairs. Glad I stuck my head out of the window. I'll be right back. Let me go upstairs. Fucking hey, dude. It's wet. No. Oh shit, I forgot to take out the fucking laundry too. Michael! Mikey! Michael! Michael! Hey. Mikey! Do the laundry. Do the laundry. Do the laundry. You don't think you want me to come in here? Slam on you? Hi. No, do the laundry. Because I'm cleaning the kitchen, getting you dinner, you do the laundry. Because Mama comes home and we have done the laundry, we're both in trouble. Huh? What? You don't think you're big enough for a spank? Let me give you a spank. Huh? Why? I'm turning the internet off. We're going back to turning internet off. No more internet for you. No more internet. Unbelievable. Won't help out. No dinner for you. Fucking lazy 16-year-old. Lazy ass 16-year-old. No steak for you. No steak. No dinner. Get your own dinner. I'm on strike. No more fucking dinner for you. I know, gotta get that kitchen clean. And Mikey won't, I got laundry. My wife told me to do the laundry this morning. I forgot. She's gonna be home tonight. I gotta pick her up from drinking. Fucked up my code, but I fixed it and I fucked it up. Look at these little things here. Squid sticks. God damn, this kitchen is bad. God damn, this kitchen is there. It's not that bad. There's not that many dishes. Not that bad. Stinky. Man, they always wash their shit. Otherwise it's stinky. Garbage, 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 garbage. Garbage, garbage. Alright. Shit, man. Get some feed the birds. One piece of bread to go out and feed the birds. But first, squid. Squid on a stick. I gotta clean up. I don't have to cook for Tommy. Tommy went out to dinner with his friend. So, easy clean up. Everything, just swipe everything into the sink. All right. You want a milkshake? No rice? What? What? Got squid sticks. Look who's out. Who's out of his cage? Look who's out of his cage. The Mikey is out of his cage. Listen. All that's clean. She washed it last night. No, it was all clean. Then you need to pull out the stuff that's dirty. Did you check it? Because Mama didn't do it this morning. Is there any clean in there? Check it.
It's not all clean. It's so clean.
It's all dirty?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Really? All right, then we're good there. No, they're not. They're nowhere near as bad as us Americans. He came out to do the work. An American teenager wouldn't come out and do the work. He came out to inspect. Crystal. He's just lounging around his I don't think he even put any clothes on today. Mikey, did he put on any clothes today? No, he's just lounging in his underwear. He's classic teen. Yeah, just lounging around in my underwear. Just watching videos. God damn, it's bad. I mean, so they bought, what they got nearly $1 billion, didn't they? That organization. And then they sold it to fucking some MAGA millionaire. You know what I'm going to build? I'm going to build a blockchain voting, a blockchain voting app, right? That's going to run like my I have pardon. So I'm going to build a blockchain voting app, all right? That you'll be able to use, like you'll be able to say, I voted this way, so you'll be able to tally, right, what you voted. Does that make sense? So people share and say, I voted. It'll aggregate. They'll have to have we'll have to have something to prove that you're a person, that you can't double vote, right? It's not going to be hard. We'll build it on blockchain technology. Motherfucker. I see a little. Oh yeah, got you. I kill my gnats with a flamethrower. Don't fuck with me. Don't be no gnat in my house, or you gonna get flamethrowered. I'm a crazy man. So remember the voting machine? The big problem we had, the voting machine? That they got all the money because of they said it was all cheating and all that. What's it called? They bought that company. It's been sold. It's on, if you listen to Kyle, he talks about it. It's called Liberty Voting. You can trust us. We aren't gonna fucking cheat your vote, Democrat. Bad. It's bad, guys. It's fucking bad. It's bad. All you can do is get out and protest. Protest. Stop buying. Yeah, Dominion. They bought Dominion. You're right, there was two of them. So Dominion Voting is now Liberty Voting. Liberty Voting. We got your vote. Don't worry. MAGA's got your vote. Literally, we got your vote. Your vote won't be counted if you're a Democrat. We got your vote. Yeah. It's bad, dude. It's bad. What are you going? Hey, you going today? What time are you going to? You going out there today, Friday? I know. And yet they shot more fucking boats out. Yeah, it's bad. Gotta get out there. You gotta get out there, Florida. There's gotta be a protest near you. Where are you at in Florida? Are you on the Trump side? I can't remember. Are you on Tampa side? Are you on the east or west side? On Tampa or Jacksonville, Miami? Where? Dude, no King's Day, brother. Brother, you gotta get out. No Kings. This. Look. Oh shit, you're up there with them rednecks. Look at that. This is a squid stick. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, good. Maybe more important. Even more important. T-shirt, huh? You need to get one of those masks. Be a black guy. Be a Hispanic protesting. Oh, you gotta wear that. You definitely gotta wear that. Mm. Let's get the rice going. I should have Mikey cook. Just me and Mikey. Tommy's out. Tommy's out with his friend eating. I got a couple of these wings. Let's get this thing going. Oh, yeah, persimmons. I got this big bag of persimmons. Look, got a big bag of persimmons. Oh, banana. I gotta do the bananas. I got the bananas. I gotta put them in the fridge. So hopefully 0102 fixed the Holy water. Undow, dude. My atheist holy water. What the hell? That's way too much. Way too much. Oh. Bit too much. Okay. Never, whenever you do, never put a pinch of salt in with the rice. It's sacrilege. I don't want hayaki doll. I don't want that shit. Get the fuck up. Fucking. Oh, there's another fucking fruit fly. Oh, Mr. Fruit Fly. Where are you going? Where are you going? Come back. There's all this fruit here. All this delicious fruit. Oh. Got you. Got you, bitch. Oh, another one. Oh, I love burning fruit flies. I gotta take care of the bananas. There's another one. Woo, what are you doing? Little fuckers. I think I'm gonna put the persimmons in the fridge. Eliminate that. I gotta eliminate all the fruit here. Put these guys in the fridge. Nice persimmon. A nice persimmon. Come on. Oh. There you are. Whoa. I love it because the fire hits the wings and you get the wings you get a little flash of light on the wings on the you know you get it when you get that little fire. Their wings just fucking flame. They get flame up. Not yet. Oh my God. Oh shit. What's the problem? Got a bad orange in here. God damn it. Look. You gotta take these out of the bag. So good. Just cut that part off. They got a lot of chemicals in them then. Yeah. As long as the fruit doesn't come in with the fly larva, then you're good. I have my compost out here, so they sneak in with my compost. I got so many on my compost. Oh my God, I got a gazillion of them. I should throw some boiling water down, control them. think I got them all. Back to my delicious persimmon. God, it's so good. I know. I use this torch for fucking everything. You're right. Home renovations. I used it for killing the mold. I thought it was a pretty good use. Don't you think that was a pretty good use, Lawrence? Just cooking the mold? So I washed the mold off with the anti-mold stuff, right? And then I fucking sprayed the thing down. And then Tommy's got one little roach up there making babies in his room. I hate roaches, dude. He eats up there. I don't know how it got upstairs. All right. All right, let's do, I got all these, let's do bananas. You gotta do all these bananas. Got so many bananas. Get up these chicken wings. I'm eating leftovers. Yeah. Great for reheating the food. All right. These bananas these ones got the cheap ones. God, they turn ripe so quickly, but they're nice bananas. These are nice bananas. Nice ass banana. Shame our wackadoodles don't come in here anymore. Feed your animals. Our wackadoodles, you killed them all. All the zombies were purged. Wish they were. Nice. I'm peeling the bananas and I put them in a little Ziploc bag here. I think I can fit one more. Can I fit one more in here? I think I can fit one more in here. I think I fit one more in here. Then the bananas, they become the ice cubes for the bananas become the ice cubes for the milkshake. See? Should make some banana bread. Well, I hope Pissed Off wasn't arrested. You know, maybe they came for him, dude. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they came and got him. Hope Pissed Off is okay. You know he must have been on someone's radar. You know what I'm saying? The way Pissed Off talks and shit. There's probably a file on Pissed Off. Doing what? Catch the kitchen on fire doing what? I got an extinguisher somewhere. No, that's a fake one. Check the that's a fake one. You guys getting promoted. All right, you guys got promoted. Florida, you're a little new. Stick around. For sticking with the undow do, even though we don't have Whack-A-Maga. Yeah, you gotta go check that's why I made you managing. You can look at the history that when the account was created. He's got some followers. Yeah, they love him. That's why he was in here. They love Pissed Off. I've had other guys come out like, "We're pissed off. We're pissed off. He don't come here no more. Pissed Off don't come here no more." Oh, they're hurting. They love fucking Pissed. They love him. They're like, they're the type of closet homosexuals that like to be beat. One of those sadomasochist or masochist. Sado. They're masochists. The masochist mama. What? How was your dinner?
It's really good.
Yeah? What did you have?
The hamburgers with only the meat. The Japanese hamburger.
Hamburger.
And karaage, roast beef.
Where did you go?
My friend's house.
Oh, you went to your friend's house? She cooked?
Yeah.
God damn.
She's a really good cooker.
Damn. She's a big woman. I can tell she's a good cook. Yeah, when you're a big woman, love to cook. Tommy's back. I don't see any more little hoverers, but they may have had babies and laid their fucking eggs. That's why I want to get rid of all the banana skins, because that's where they lay their eggs, in the banana skin.
Good.
Wow. Nice.
So good.
Mm. Mm. Japanese don't know how to do this. They don't know how to eat chicken wings. Watching a Japanese eat chicken wings is funny. Let's kind of mess this one up. Mmm. I know. My sons do. You know, one thing about Japanese, they don't like to use their fingers, right? They don't like to use their fingers. So I'll try this one right. Twist, pull out that one. One bone. Break for this one. Now, he's flexing. What's up, Fritz? Are you MAGA? Mike, are you MAGA? Are you MAGA? Are you a Nazi? Are you one of those MAGA Nazis? The GOP kids are like boasting about fucking being a Nazi. Do you like that? We are Helpline. If you're a MAGA supporter, if you support Trump, then you're a Nazi. You know that, right? And you're also a fake fuck. You're a fake fuck Christian. Are you a fake fuck Christian? MAGA supporting Nazi? Is that what you are, Mike? If you support Trump, you are. Are you one of them? Are you one of them Trump supporting fake fuck Christian? Well, what happened? Why am I delusional now? How am I delusional? Right, listen. Nazis didn't believe in due process. Trump, MAGA doesn't believe in due process. The Nazis didn't believe in freedom of speech. MAGA doesn't believe in freedom of speech. The Nazis didn't believe in, in freedom of press. The MAGA don't believe in freedom. You're a Nazi, okay? Let me explain to you why you're a fake fuck Christian, right? Look at him. That's right. You are full-fledged, born fucking Nazi. That's Nazi speak right there. That's Nazi speak. I will follow the Fuhrer to hell and back. See? You see that? That's Nazi. How you're speaking about Trump is the same way his fake fuck Christian nationalists talked about Trump.
Hey!
What?
Why you had the window open?
Oh, is it wet?
So wet.
Oh, use the towel. I left the towel there for you.
Why you left the towel?
For you to clean up. Clean up. Clean up. I had closed it. It wasn't wet. He doesn't even realize he's a fucking Nazi. And then he goes, I would follow the dear leader to hell and back. That's fucking Nazi speak there, Fritzy. Fritzy, that's Nazi speak. And you want me to show you that you're a fake fuck Christian? That you're not a real Christian? Let me explain to you, all right? Do you know a guy called Jesus? Who's Jesus? You know there's a guy called Jesus, right? And because of a guy called Jesus, a group of people are called Christian. Christ. Christian comes from the word Christ, right? To be like Christ. Remember your daddy used to tell you, what would Jesus do? You've forgotten that, right? WWJD. What would Jesus do? Ask yourself, right? Would Jesus be breaking up families? Right? Would Jesus be putting kids and naked in zip ties and shit? Would Jesus be doing all the fucking shit that you motherfucking Nazis are doing? Would he? Would he be following Trump to the fucking hell and back? What would Jesus do there, Fritzy boy? Look, Fritz, he's even got a fucking Nazi name. Fritz. Mike Fritz. He's a fucking Nazi. He knows he's a Nazi, right? He's a fourth Reich fucking Nazi. Fake fuck Christian. Let me explain to you. Let me explain. We got XO in the channel. Let me explain something, Fritzy. Let me explain something, right? You can't not have empathy, right? You can't say, I don't believe in empathy, as the fuck turd Charlie Kirk said. The fuck turd Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was a fuck turd. What, did he deserve to be shot? Fucking no, dude. He was an American fuck turd. And no American fuck turd should be shot, right? Period. Now, you motherfuckers, right? In your little private chat that was released, you're talking about fucking killing the left. Talking about putting them in the gas chambers. Talking all this Nazi shit. You've been exposed. These are your Nazi youth. You see, Charlie was a useful fucking idiot. He was useful because now after they fucking killed him, not the left, the fucking right killed him. You know, the Fuentes, the Mossad, they killed Charlie. Not some fucking, you know, liberal. That kid was raised fucking MAGA. He is a son of a fucking MAGA. Son of a Nazi, just like you, right? And that's the reality. That's what we have. Fritz, you're a fucking fake fuck Christian because you don't have empathy. You don't have empathy. You've forgotten the most important saying as a Christian. What would Jesus do? And you should curtail your actions. Now, I'm an atheist, right? I'm an atheist. I'm undoubted. The atheist month prophesied 5,000 years ago. I'm probably your second fucking coming. But I'm like, fuck you motherfuckers with your second coming. Oi, my dog, get the door. Hold on, we got someone at the door. Huh? Got it? What? What happened to your drinking? What happened?
Because of you.
Nothing?
I said to you because of you.
What do you mean you stay here because I don't want you here. Go get your drinking on.
My Dada say.
Go get your drinking on, Mama.
Yeah, Dada.
God damn it.
Yeah.
My wife's home. Goddamn Mama's home. Now I gotta cook for you. I wasn't planning on cooking. She came home because of me. She didn't want to go out drinking with her. Was your golf game that bad? Did it rain? Did it rain? Mama, did it rain? No? How was your golf game? Did you win? Huh? Huh?
清水にお金払うの忘れた。
何?
やば。
Mama came home for dad. Mama, thank God I cleaned up. Oh my God, just in time. God, should have been here 5 minutes earlier. I've been in fucking deep shit. All right, let's get Mama's food ready. You want cheese, Mama? You want bruschetta? How about a steak bruschetta? You want steak bruschetta? Steak bruschetta. Steak bruschetta. All right. Are we done playing with Fritzy? Is Fritzy still here? Fritzy's still here. You are brainwashed, dude. How's the economy working out for you? How's the economy working out for you, Fritz? How's the grocery bill? How's your insurance? Wait, Fritz, you don't have insurance. You're one of those broke back bitches. No insurance. Right? Better than, yeah, right. What evidence? From what statistic? Your imaginary statistic? The economy is way worse, dude. Way worse. God damn. Oh, yeah, right. You're around the 200K. Oh my God, the dollar's about to fucking tank. I got over 200K. I'm doing good. I love trying. Oh my God. Dumb fuck. A fake fuck Christian Nazi. Fake fuck in the channel. Right? I got gold. I got gold. I got gold. Oh my God. I know, nasty ball sack. I mean, hey, Mikey likes them. Mikey likes it. You like those pedos, don't you? Mikey's one of those, Fritzy here is one of those closet homosexuals in here to creep on me. Aren't you, Fritzy? You here for me? Are you here for me, Fritzy? One of those closet homosexuals that crashed Grinder when the dipshit Charlie was shot, right? You're one of those closet homosexuals, aren't you? You're here perving on me. What's up? What's up, Don? How you doing? Well, you live in a fascist fucking country now. You're one of these racist Fritzy, Mikey Fritz the racist. All right? What happened to Japan, dude? Hateful? There's no hate here, dude. Hate is on your side. You're the one who is the Antichrist. You support the literal Antichrist. Name me one characteristic that Trump has that's Christ-like. Name me one, Fritzy. Here you go. Here's a simple one. Oh, you believe Trump is the fucking Messiah. All right. Show me. What is one of Trump's Messiah-like features? One feature that's like Christ. Does he lie? Does he not lie like Christ? Oh, we can't say that one. Does he attack the innocent? Right. Does that one too. Is he gluttonous? Does he just fucking feed his fucking face all the time? Come on, give me one thing that is Christ-like. Right? Jesus never fucking loved Israel. Jesus never loved a place. You're fucking losing it, Sean. Losing it. Oh, fucking Jesus. Show me the Bible where Jesus said he loves fucking Israel. He loved the people, the meek, the undocumented. That's who he loved. He loved those that needed help, that deserved love. He had empathy, something you guys don't have. You don't have empathy. To have compassion, dipshit, you have to have empathy. You're just a fucking fake fuck Christian. That's what you are. Fake fuck Christian. That's all you are, Sean. Fake fuck Christian. Nazi fake fuck Christian. Right? That's what you are. Oh my God. He doesn't give a fuck that America's lost their constitution. You don't give a fuck about America. You hate America. You don't love America. America is an idea. America is the Constitution. And what you motherfuckers have done have taken a turn on the Constitution. You don't believe in the Constitution. Your Second Amendment rights are going bye-bye. Bye-bye Second Amendment rights, right? Your freedom of speech going bye-bye. It's already gone, right? You're getting fucked and you don't even know it. It's kind of like you're sitting down, right? And you're having your legs sawed off and you got your face right up on the ass. Now, when I say ass, I'm talking about the donkey, okay? Don't put images in your brain. I'm talking about the animal. It's an ass. You got your face right up on Donald's ass, right up in there on his ass. I'm talking about his donkey. And you're just smelling that ass. You're just right up in that ass, right? Just like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She literally has Arby's in her pants. On there. Oh my God. Look at there. We got Duncan and we got another Nazi fuck in here. Another fake fuck Nazi. They're in here. Someone's in here. Hey, start the bath. I don't know. Someone's in there. Lights on. On there. Huh. Let me get Mama. I got to cook for my wife. Listen, guys. Listen. Don't get upset. I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. Right? God loves me. God gave me this beautiful, soft body. Oh, this beautiful, soft male body for my lesbian. God loves me more than you. Gave me the perfect body. The body I fucking love. My wife, she's a gay man trapped in a woman's body. Right? So we're like the perfect gay couple. Gay woman trapped in a man's body. Gay woman trapped right? A gay man trapped in a woman's body. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful life. God loves the atheist monk. God. Mama, you're not supposed to hear her. I had like a whole show planned here. You're disrupting the channel. You're disrupting the channel, Mama. I'm on my stand-up. This is a comedy channel. This is comedy. It's called, right, Fake Fuck Christian Magas, right? The Nazi Fake Fuck Christian MAGA show. This is what it is. All these fake fuck. Look at Fritzy, the fake fuck, right? Doesn't love America, just a fake fuck Christian, right? Doesn't even know who fucking Jesus is. Doesn't know the teachings of Jesus. Doesn't know, right, anything. He holds up. He hides behind the Bible, right? And he gleefully persecutes, just like the Jews, like the Romans, right? Persecuting the Christians. You're a fake fuck Christian, Fritzy. You're just a piece of shit fucking Nazi. That's what you are. Fake fuck Christian Nazi. And worship. We're just worshiping a pedo, dude. You worship a pedo. You're like, it's okay? You think worshiping a pedo is okay? You think worshiping a pedo is going to get you through the pearly gates? God damn. Oh, the Trump coin. Oh my God. Last I checked, the Trump coin went all the way to $80. Last time I checked, it was $7. What's it at now? What's it now? What's the Trump coin at now? Oh, I'm sure he's got the Trump coin. Dude, he ain't got no fucking gold. He's just a fucking loser. Fritzy the loser. He's hated by his family. He's a closet homosexual. He's in here just fucking, freaking on me. Right? Are you freaking on me? That's what you're doing. Fritzy the freak. I like that. Fritzy the fucking freak. The fake fuck freak. Fritzy. Oh my God. Yeah, Fritzy does. Look above you there, David. Fritz worships Trump. Fritz thinks he's the fucking second coming. He said he would go to hell. He would go to hell for Trump. That's worship, dude. Someone willing to go to hell for Trump? That fake fuck Christian Fritzy would go to hell for Trump. Look, the show's kicking off. We got some people in here. All right, let's get this stuff going here. All right, we got the bruschetta bread going here. Now I gotta get the little olive oil. And then let's go get the steak. You know, we don't get American steak anymore. This shit anyway. We get Australian shit. This is actually, oh no, actually this is Japanese. This is a Japanese cut steak. Look at that, nice. Check out the marbling on this thing. This is a $5 steak in Japan. Right here, $5 steak. It jumped out on $5 steak right here. Look at that marbling. That's kind of nice marbling in there. Look at that marbling. You see that marbling? It's kind of nice. I love Japanese steak. All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How hungry are you, Mama? You want edamame? And what does that mean? He has test or something tomorrow? Well, Mikey? I'm not putting any herbs or anything on your steak, okay, Mama?
Please.
No herbs.
Please.
Please, you want herbs?
Don't put any hot. Please.
I loved the steak last time. I loved it. That was good. Yeah, it was good. That was good. Moved off the side. I won't cook anymore. I use these little mushrooms. I'm going to use these little mushrooms for the little plate for the steak. Butter. All right. What position did you come in? What did you come in? Did you win? Second, third? Huh?
16 people.
Yep. And your score?
Into my score, my position, 12.
You're nearly last. She came at 12. But actually you're number 5 because of your partner?
No. You know, girls and a net.
Oh, girls and guys?
And they handicap. Instead of handicap,
You're 12.
I went to 5.
Okay. With handicap, what did you come in as?
Because I didn't have the handicap.
I need to put this here. Need 2 hands.
Yeah?
Which is better, mom's hamburger or hers?
たまにさ、こうトンチが唐揚げ作ってくれたりしたよ。その時にあれ。
お前顔見るの久しぶりよ。何やってんの
No, stop. God damn it. Something is stuck back here. Yeah. There you go. I'd say. Oh, you're fat, Tommy. You're fat.
Alright,
Hey. See, no, just natural, Mama, natural. See, that's the sound of a woman. You can make a woman make that sound without even touching her. You're in heaven. Take note, magats. Take notes. Take notes. Make a woman make that sound, not even touching her. That's lesbian. That's lesbian man right there. Don't get jealous of a lesbian man. Just at a distance, just go like that. Lesbian man. They would never. They Celtic Mike. Where is Celtic? What happened to Celtic? What happened? We got one in here. Where's Celtic? There you go, he's gone. JS was there. I modded him. We're anti-blue just means anti-Trump. We're anti-ma. Top Mike, though, you hungry? Oh shit, I haven't started that yet. Well, it's done. Fresh rice. Oh, look at that. That rice. Perfect rice. You want to see perfect rice? You want to see an $800 rice cooker? Look at that perfect rice. That's what rice must look like. Look. Just perfect. When it's done, move it here. That's good rice right there. That. Watch this. See, it holds the steam in there. That's right, everyone. No kings. You write some comments. Hey, everyone, no kings. Fight for democracy. No Kings Day. Appreciate everyone popping in. You still want edamame, mama? Huh? This is edamame and soybeans. So here's how you make it really hard. Get one of these things. Just pour it in here. All right, like that. So you just have it in there. Where's the top? These are great little rubber things. Put them on here. And just 7 minutes in the microwave on high. 6 minutes. All right, let's go. Little fuckers flying around. Ready. Guarding. Got him. Got him. I love the little wings catch fire. Little flame balls, a little ball of flame. Maito! Little steak bruschetta. Mmm. You guys are playing with your food. Fritzy doesn't even know it. Fritzy doesn't even know that he's being played with. Oh, he's out for. You gave him a little time. He wanted to go jerk one off on me. Here, Fritzy. Double whack. He got a double whack. He gets a double whack. Maito! All right. You want to eat? Yeah. All right. You don't say anything. You want steak and rice, okay? You don't want rice? Why didn't you tell me? I would have made rice then. You're eating rice. What? You can't gain weight or something?
Yeah.
Huh? So why are you eating that then? He's got a boxing bout. That sound of a woman when someone eats her food. That's the sound of an 18-year-old being noisy.
Stop talking.
What? How many slices do you want, Mike? That's all you're gonna get.
What?
Nothing. You're gonna eat rice, Mikey. You just have to go run. I made rice. I'm not eating 2 scoops of rice. Nice. Hey, have a good day there, JS. Thanks for everything, brother. Hey, be safe out there. Carry your put your gas mask in the pouch just in case you need it. First aid equipment, first aid. Bottle plastic milk, bottle with milk in it. Or maybe yogurt. I wonder if yogurt's good on the eyes. They're Gestapo documentary. They're Gestapo. They're no different than the Gestapo. You have to understand, they're not police. They're Gestapo. You can't call them police. Police follows due process. Police have to show you their identification. They have to give you their name, right? But not these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers operate in secrecy. They don't need to wear a uniform. I mean, they're literally Gestapo. Right? Any pushback? You disagree that they're Gestapo? I mean, they're Gestapo. They're the modern day Gestapo. They have 170,000 applicants for ICE. 170,000, all right? 170,000 applicants. What do you think are the applicants for fucking ICE, dude? The worst. The pedos, everything is applying for ICE, dude. Everyone. Look at all these pieces of shit, dude. 170,000 applicants. America's fucked, dude. America's fucked. There's gonna be like 100,000. Get out, man. I'm seriously, guys. You have your passport. I've been telling you this, guys. All you folks, get your passport. If you don't have your passport, get it. They're stopping Americans from leaving, right? They're going to stop Americans from leaving, like they did with professors. So I'm gonna boil down. It's 1933, soon to be 1934. Just like Hitler stopped Germans from leaving Germany, same thing's going to happen in America. They're going to no, you don't meet the credit. They're going to try to keep people, imprison people. They're just going to make up bullshit crimes, just like they're blowing up fucking ships. I mean, look what they're doing. They shot up another ship. Look what they're doing.
It looks like the 3 years old, older, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be here tonight. You're supposed to be out drinking. You ruined my plan. You ruined my plan. I was gonna go. Good. Good. We're not going. Good. Hi, Mama. Hi. Hi. Oh, this thing is so hard on my knees. Did Chamcha say we can take the floor off, the protection of the floor? You want more steak? Well, this is edamame. Yeah. Mm. Well, Mikey, you take your bath? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I already took a shower today. Yeah, this morning. Before you got up, I took a shower. That's right. Look, everyone popping in here. Nice. Fucking fly. Yeah, fly. We have one. We have a loner. Where are you? Saw one. Little bugger. Guess I need to eat the rice. Oh, there it is. Dead. You're from Israel Documentary Films. What do you think of the Netanyahu being a Nazi? Do you think that Netanyahu's a Nazi? I know, dude. I'm getting good. I'm trying. I'm trying to get fatter. I mean, Trump's copying him now. If Israel could just indiscriminately just kill people, why can't America? That's what America's doing. And just as they're indiscriminately killing Palestinians, they're going to indiscriminately kill undocumented Americans. That's all coming. It's all coming unless we get out there and protest. You have to get out there and protest. You have to protest. The only thing that can stop Trump now is the people. Just going out there. You know, if Bernie Sanders can get beat down, you can get beat down. Listen, Bernie Sanders, there's a picture of Bernie Sanders. You know, got to get out there and protest. We have to protest. If people don't get out there, if the turnout is shit today, then we have a problem. Get your passports, move to Japan while you can. The new prime minister is probably going to change immigration status and stuff, where you can't buy land and everything else if you're a foreigner. So I'll get your ass over here as soon as you can. Yeah. No, the MAGA Nazi, the fuck turds. The MAGA Nazi.
Give me milk.
Yeah.
Give me water, please.
Water? Good. Holy water. You done? You want me to finish that? You want me to finish that right here? You gotta run. Like you run in the rain. You can work it off. Eat all you want and then run it off. Eat all you want and then run it off. It's been raining here. It's been raining pretty much all day. I haven't eaten. Mikey, you done with that? I'll eat it if you don't want to eat it, Mikey.
Did you drink my shochu?
No.
What? It's so little.
You drank so much last night. You were a crazy woman last night, wasn't she?
Wait, no, that's shochu.
She was crazy.
Bravo.
Oh, you're celebrating today? Huh? Yeah.
Celebrate.
Hi. There she goes. There she goes, guys. Yep, listening.
Me and the vice president saved the court today.
I know, you told me yesterday night when you were drunk.
It was so nice. It's been fun.
There you go. Welcome. It's always nice to find someone in Israel that thinks shit of fucking Bibi. Tina's in the house. 0102. Dry drunk veteran. I know. I got dry drunk veteran. I blocked him the other day. He's obsessed with pissed off vet. Hope pissed off vet's okay. How you been, Tia? Fireball. Tia's in the house. Tia's still around. Bruce was doing nasty things with AI last night, Tia. Tia, let me tell you what. Bruce was doing some nasty shit with AI. Everyone be careful. Get out there. I want to hear Nazi, Nazi. I want videos of you shouting Nazi. Upload them to the Discord channel. I'll put them up on the channel. Nazi, come on. We need videos on the Discord channel. Upload them. Send them to me privately. Upload the video private to me. I'll download and upload it. You don't have to put it in public, so they don't have it tied to you. So send me private videos of you screaming Nazi at the. What did Bruce say? It's my fault, Tia. I was doing the prompting. I guess I was the nasty one. Did she sharpen that pencil? She really got it. She even I think even Tony was like, holy cow. It's all those poor technically broken dudes she's been training on. All those technically broken dudes, right? They can't get a woman because they're MAGA. I didn't see Beasley, so let's go to Beasley.
The White House is in a state of panic, correctly so. Now, what's outrageous about it is they caused the circumstances that led to the reason that they're panicked, which has to do with China. Trump. China! Let's just get out of the way. Let's just do bookkeeping. China! All right, so we talk about China, we use that soundbite. And so, of course, Trump's trade war with them caused China to respond in a brutal way, especially one of the specific examples being them cutting off their purchases of American soybeans, which has destroyed the market for American soybean farmers, which is hugely important.
Billions of dollars.
And farmers are suffering and specifically calling out Trump. And so now Trump's in this weird panic state where he canceled his meeting to show he's strong, but then China goes, all right, we're going to do more bad things because you do that. And then he goes, I'll be with him. I love China, but I'm mad China. I'm happy, Mike. I'm mad, Mike. I'm happy, Mike. As we talked about in the last segment. And he's all over the place. And then he gets asked in interviews where everyone's like, hey, is the tariff rate like 70 bajillion now? What's happening? And Trump's like, I don't know. I freaking don't even know how we got here.
You put that 100% tariff on top of what's in place already, but 157% tariff on China. Can that stand? No. What is that going to do to the economy?
It's not sustainable, but that's what the number is. It's probably not, it could stand, but they forced me to do that.
They didn't. The reason they stopped buying from us was because of actions you took. And now you're going, and then, like, imagine, I don't need to do a whole analogy. The point is, he's doing the very thing that caused all this in the first place. It's this same hammer approach. It's hammer, everything's a nail. So you hammer the nail and it breaks the nail in half, and then you go, shoot, it's broken. Now I can't hammer it. So then you just keep hammering it. No, because I think everything looks like they wouldn't be a nail in that. So you put like a baby, and you were using the baby as a nail, and you were hammering the baby, and then it died. What is happening with this metaphor? Okay, so it's just, and then he goes, yeah, that is really high. That's not sustainable, is it? But maybe it is. I don't know. No, dude, we need better than that. So to justify what's going on, he keeps lying.
And we are in a very strong position because of tariffs. We're in a very powerful position because of the fact that we have tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be in a very weak position. We would be in a weakened state. But with tariffs, we've made hundreds of billions of dollars, not only from China, but from others. And China wants to talk, and we like talking to China. So we have a very good relationship, and we're going to be meeting in South Korea in a couple of weeks.
I am the opposite of a fan of the Chinese government. There are so many reasons we have to very strategically oppose on many fronts Xi Jinping and his government in a way that allows for still some geopolitical cooperation, but prepares for what we think they're getting prepared for, which is bad. They call it bad, and we want to be ready for bad. And so I'm not acting like, oh, boo-hoo, poor China. But imagine on their end, Trump's like, I love you, Xi Jinping, over and over again. And you're like, what the heck? It's like a little dog humping my leg. And then we're going with it. Then the dog claws up and bites you. And then you're like, what the heck? You bit me. So you throw the dog off of you. And then it starts humping your leg again. You're like, what?
What are you
and
doing,
then it starts
Mama?
biting you while it's humping your leg. What is happening? That's the scenario here. Trump's like, I love you, I hate you. I love you, I hate you. High tariffs, low tariffs. High tariffs, low tariffs. I want to talk. Cancel meeting.
Snips down.
You have no idea the physical toll that 3 changes in trade policy has on the man. So, yeah, even the most reasonable government would be totally disoriented by how Trump's acting with China.
Go run.
On the road with a motorbike, hanging around between the mountains.
And they have a lot of reasons to not be reasonable with us on top of it because of their interest in undermining us. So Trump's just lobbing at them the best chance to unite the Chinese people around stuff.
Yeah, it's so dumb. People are dumb. I mean, he's so dumb because here's the thing is like when you're dealing with purchases like grain and stuff, you need stability. You can't have prices going up and down like a fucking yo-yo, right? I mean, that's just insane. So, of course, China is going to move to a different market to have stability. And that's what they did. I mean, it's just so, but Trump is so fucking dumb and MAGA is so fucking dumb that they don't understand that simple fucking economics, right? Supply and demand. Well, guess what? There's no demand now from China. They're building infrastructure in South America. They're building relationships. And we're giving $40 billion to the guy that stole our soybean. And MAGA doesn't, make America great again? Make America great again? How do you make America great again when you're giving our soil, you've destroyed our soybean and our corn and everything else market? And then, and then you're going to fucking give them money to steal our shit. This is Make America Great Again? Guess I'm gonna have dessert rice. I don't feel like regular rice. I'm gonna eat dessert rice. I should have just made 1 scoop of fucking rice. Gotta eat this rice now because my wife wants fresh rice. And you want rice, Mama? Fresh rice, Mama. I cooked it tonight. You want a bowl? Are you sure? It's fresh. I gotta eat all this fucking rice because Mikey didn't eat it. I shouldn't have done 2 scoops. I'm gonna. talking about America for? What are they talking about, Mama? What?
I want one more orange.
Okay.
Try my herb yogurt.
This is my herb yogurt. What? Nande.
Drop me off. We ate early morning today.
Yeah, of course. And I stayed around. I didn't leave you there in case there was some strange people in a car over there. I didn't like them. There was a strange in the car. 2 guys in the car. Did you see them?
Is that guy or woman?
2 guys. Maybe gay couple. I don't know. Oh my God, it's so good. You want to try my herb yogurt, Mama? Herb yogurt, it's really nice. Oh my God, this yogurt's so good. I'm making yogurt and rice. Never do this. If my wife saw me eating this, she'd probably kick me out and want a divorce. Yogurt and rice. It's like a rice pudding. Caramelized. That's good. You know what I could use? I think we need a little marmalade on it. You don't want kaki? You want another orange? Here's the knife. Yeah, take the kaki and I peel it. I eat the skin, but I saw a little bugger. There's something you can do with soap water or something. Baking soda and salt water or something. Okay. This is persimmon. Persimmon. God, I love persimmon. はい、どうぞ。どうぞ。うん。So I'm adding a caramelized banana to the top of it. I'm gonna take this out, throw this outside. And here you go, look. Banana on rice with yogurt with a little yogurt, rice, marmalade juice, caramelized banana. Pretty good.
They might have short-term pain around, but will harm the United States. Because it's just self-defense. Look at what Trump's doing. Please don't let Trump be our president if China goes to war with us. You know, I have all these military people in my life, and everyone's like, war with China. We're gonna fight China. So, I don't know. Maybe. While we watch this next clip, please do click the subscribe button if you appreciate whatever the heck is happening in this segment. The farmer.
Bailout's not going to do it.
I've got
$54 billion. China bought 52% of those soybeans. Since May, the country has placed 0 orders.
Wow.
And meanwhile, I've got all caught up in my different explanations that I forgot to say. Trump was lying when he said that we're making a bunch of money from China. That's important to say as well. You have another farmer.
Bailout's not going to do it.
Once you lose a customer like China, can you ever get them back?
I sincerely doubt it. Why would they?
And that's the thing. They could deepen and build trade cooperations with other countries, like one of the countries we're bailing out, which is bonkers, being Argentina, and then create supply chains that make it like, even once Trump's gone, like out of office, or after he changes his policies, then they might just think, we don't need to, we don't want to shift back, and that would be very difficult than this.
What we're doing is we're cutting Democrat.
Well, there's no stability. Why would you do trade? Trade is about stability. Why would you do trade with a country with no stability? Every 4 years, you can just say, fuck it. I mean, that's bullshit.
Programs that we didn't want because
I already ranted about that a bunch of today's show. I don't need to give you the whole thing about how crazy that is. And then on the No Kings protests, that they weren't ranting about this so much the first one. I don't know why they're so afraid of this one.
Do you think that the government shutdown is all about this rally that's happening this weekend, the No Kings rally?
No, I mean, some people say they want to delay it for the king. This is not a king. You know, they're referring to me as a king. I'm not a king.
Right. No, but just do you...
Dictator's a king.
not that you're a king. How do they not get the branding? Is that we think you're of an authoritarian ideology, and the founding of America was saying no king. So we're trying to remind you what the founding principles were, to remind you to not do king-like stuff. What's this, JD?
Increasingly weird porn.
What?
Putting gold leaf all over the White House. King, right? Building a ballroom. What? Nani? What? Nani? Was this new police officer? Nanda? Uh-huh. Poop? Why does it smell poopy like here? You fart? Bye-bye. Hi, it's me.
I don't even. What is this even about? Why'd you play that?
Like that happened to JD. Porn and things like that. And if AI is helping us find new cures for new diseases, that's great. If it's helping us come up with increasingly weird porn, that's bad. And I think that we actually need
helping us come up with.
Hey, MAGA's porn. They're going to be clamping down on you closet homosexuals.
No, he was talking about AI, and it's actually a point that's totally fine, which is we're in this tough situation with a lot of advancements and beneficial things that could come of AI, and we gotta find ways to rein in aspects of it. And it was weird to hear Sam Altman post that, hey, exciting news, ChatGPT, if you can verify you're an adult, will let you do more erotic content. And it's not that I don't know what legal authority the government would have to say that ChatGPT can't be like, hey, sexy, which I tried, by the way. I'll have you know, I tried. Just for the show, I thought it'd be fun to like read a series, and I was like, this was for the show. I was gonna do it as a bit for the show, but I said when I saw Sam Altman's post, I guess mine hadn't been updated yet because I said, treat me like I'm sexy, and then it said, sorry, I can't engage in blah blah blah. But if you'd like me to remind you how to have good charisma, whatever, something like that, so it wasn't ready for me to do that.
Luke is.
And I don't know how you could restrict that on the government front under the First Amendment, but just culturally, I'm getting really scared about people using ChatGPT for even sexual and romantic fulfillment. That cannot end well. We already have stories of people like asking ChatGPT questions about the universe, and then it convinces them ultimately to commit suicide. And the story I'm thinking of, the person ended up not and going, hey, I think you're being crazy to ChatGPT ultimately, but went on this whole arc, and other people have done all sorts of dangerous things.
Luke,
so
that was my doing. I did that. Sorry, I made ChatGPT a little sycophantic. All right, let's go upstairs. Get the fuck out of here. Clean the kitchen. Let's grab this here. See how much juice is in here. Dead. All right, guys, I'm going to get to bed. 8 o'clock here. Oh. So I'll get up early, see what you guys are up to. Check the news for the protest stream tomorrow. Hopefully Whack-A-Maga got fixed. All right, see if Whack-A-Maga got fixed. Let's see. What? It's old. Old. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. All right. We have purple clover. Purple clover. I don't know if I've seen purple clover here.